Ready for some DAGDAGIEL.
Light trauma.
And light trauma, medium
Yeah.
trauma, and heavy trauma all at once. Yeah, welcome back. How is everybody doing? I'm Russell. I'll be your DM for today. Over here is that way. There's Barry. Barry to here. He's playing Rokan this evening.
Hi.
Below me, the flaming red hair down there is Charlie. Charlie is playing
It's me.
Vespera this evening. And last but not least, the most important character of all, Avery, over there.
Main character.
Playing Feralt. So it's supposed to be pronounced with one syllable. Feralt.
Feralt.
So,
yes.
There you go, Feralt.
Oh.
It's hard to do.
It's supposed to be pronounced with one syllable, but it seems like nobody ever does. So.
Nobody ever does. Right.
Wrong.
There you go.
Wrong.
There are a lot
I'm
of
not doing
letters in it for a one-syllable name, but, hey.
I mean, there's, depending on how you count it, there's like maybe one vowel.
Right.
It depends on if you count Y as a vowel. So
I
call it like 1.5 vowels.
Right. I mean, Y kind of is a vowel, especially in most sort of other languages, like if you look at Hebrew or Greek or, so on. I don't know about Greek, but definitely Hebrew. Anyway, let's not get distracted. Why don't we do a bit of a recap as to where we are, what we're doing, and why we're here?
Go for it, Froth.
Gee, thanks, Barry.
Excellent.
So basically, long story short, Vespera's druid branch was attacked by a bunch of evil wizards and their pet fiends. We tracked down some of them, and then we've decided to hole up in some old ruins that we were directed to. Unfortunately, the ruins were occupied by ogres. We've put a couple of them down, but it seems we're not done yet.
Right. That's fair.
See, that's why you do that.
Charlie, did you activate Drazan's character or no?
I have looked at his character sheet.
You just looked at it? Okay, but you haven't actually assigned it or anything to yourself. That's cool.
No.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. It just means that all my encounters will be unbalanced and I will just have to deal with that. That's fine. What I will do is I'll put Drazan's initiative on a player character's initiative straight after one of you guys. Who wants to be his initiative buddy? Yep, that's you.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
That's right.
Yep.
That's you, because you nodded. Okay, so long story short, we have our Roll20 up, so anyone who wants to see a map should be looking at one right now. Is that the case?
I'm looking at oh, there it is. I was looking at a lot of black. Now I see a map.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, so now you should be looking at a map with some shadows and visual boundaries on it. And if any of you have the ability to share that map up on your screen, that might be cool. Just for a few minutes, especially so Barry can see it.
I'm not doing that. My internet is flimsy at best.
If I do it
right now,
I unfortunately can't do it because A, you'll end up with a DM's map, which is not what I want to show you, and B, because it blows out my Zoom shit everywhere and destroys the stream while it's active.
Sorry, Avery.
Okay, hang on. Let me
Avery,
just,
you're gonna have to be the man for this.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the option. Okay.
And then make sure that you've
can
got
you
all
see?
your private tabs closed in the background. We don't want to know what you've been searching for.
I literally only have one tab open in this window, and it's taking up the full screen.
Excellent.
So don't worry about it.
Okay.
That's amazing. Finally, a sensible tab user.
A sensible tab user.
Oh, I've just got multiple windows open.
I'm okay with multiple windows. So when they have multiple tabs. Drives me
Okay,
insane.
it's says I'm sharing my screen, but it doesn't appear to be coming
Does
up
not
on the
appear to be-
Twitch.
No, it does not appear to be sharing your screen at all. Never mind. I guess we'll deal with this. Through the power of theatre of the mind and words.
Not like I haven't done that before.
That's true. Right. So, recapping then, you crossed this kind of wasteland that headed out into sort of a scrubby, almost desert kind of location, these wide open plains out to the east of DAGDAGIEL. And out in this direction, oh look, Ferelt's doing it. He did the thing. There it is. Okay, cool. So if you can see, I don't know if you can scroll up a little bit, or scroll down. I mean, rather.
I can see it.
You'll see there's a red line that drew you to where you are.
Yes.
So
Lovely red line.
there's like a passageway. You can see multiple levels of difficult terrain around you. These big thick walls that are like 50, 60 feet high in most cases. They've been weathered by sand. Anybody really clever that wants to make a nature check can do that too.
Oh, I will.
You can make a nature check? Alright. I'm down for that.
Let me get DMD Beyond on my phone.
Rokan, nature check. This is with +0. That is a 14 for Rokan. I might as well make one for Drazan as well because he's here. He actually has +2 on that. That's quite surprising. And he gets an 8. So he definitely doesn't notice shit at this point. I'm also gonna...
Wait, is this inside the building?
Nope. This is where you are on the map.
Okay, right. Yeah, I'll do one too, as well.
So you guys are here, basically.
Again, campaign.
And this is where Barry's character Rokan went and looked down the hallway and saw some ogres inside at that location. But this is the hole in the wall where you killed this big fat ogre. And did you kill 1 or 2? I think it might have been.
I think it was 2.
2, yeah. I have a
Yeah,
feeling
2.
It was 2, yeah. Right, and so you've seen at least another 2 or maybe more inside Rokan, and then returned to this location, the broken hole in the wall where the ogre smashed through and attacked you. So, at this point, what would you guys like to do? Standing there amongst the rubble are corpses of these 2 ogres. They finally stop breathing, their heavy, heaving death sighs.
I think I will follow after Rokan.
Yes.
Realize that he's jamming the door,
Okay,
and then.
Right, well, Rokan, it's a little bit wider than Rokan. You can get around him. But still, yes. Okay, so looking inside through that wall, you're looking at a large, wide courtyard, and the center of that courtyard, there's a long sort of rectangular area that is slightly sunken by about 2 or 3 feet into below the surface otherwise, and you can see steps that go down to that area. But everything is strewn with sand and dust and rubble and shit like that, and you see the occasional bit of trash that's been left around by any number of raiders or possibly ogres since then. So are you suggesting you're sending Stolas up there? Are you...
Well, I mean, it's the logical thing. I would kind of basically just like to give us... I'm not sending him to the door, just like giving us eyes on a different direction, kind of.
Okay, so with these nature checks, Rokan got a 14, and nobody else got anything worth a damn.
No.
So, Rokan, what you actually do notice is that despite the fact that everything here looks weathered by the sand, you don't think that the sand would have been enough to create this sort of weathering on these very ancient stones. And you probably wonder whether or not it might be rain erosion from some long time ago. So,
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
not extraordinarily important.
Barry, does Rokan mention that out loud?
He whispers that out to you.
Okay, so in that case, can I do an investigation on the walls?
Sure.
Well, that's slightly better. 25.
25. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you probably realize you can see that too. There's this sort of patterning from the sand erosion, but there is a much older, deeper water erosion here as well. In fact, Feralt, you realize that some of these walls, a large part of this place has been carved out of the bedrock itself. The foundations have been carved out of the bedrock, and everything else has been basically fitted into what they've carved out of the bedrock. If that
Interesting.
makes sense. So it's very old, and it's been built upon multiple times.
Okay.
In any case, Stolas is making a perception check.
Yeah, he's just basically going up there. So he gets +3 with advantage. I'll do a custom roll for that.
How high is Stolas right now?
Well, how high are the walls here?
The one that you're closest to, that Theo is sitting on top of right now.
Yep.
That's about 60 feet high.
Okay.
50 feet. I'm sorry.
And the one by Stolas, the opposite wall from us.
Similarly.
Okay, he would be like basically perched on the top of the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a custom roll.
Okay, so he's making a perception check.
Yeah, so
Does he have advantage on any? He has some advantages on.
Yeah, he does have advantage. So the thing is, custom rolls for some reason it adds them together. So that he rolled a 1 and a 6, so that's a 9. So
okay,
he doesn't see a lot.
He doesn't see a lot. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So Vespera, what are you doing? Is Theo still out?
Yes.
Okay.
Theo is still out. I don't remember when I brought her out, but it probably would have been when we got to the place and started getting attacked.
Yeah.
So I will start strolling forward with Theo.
Hey,
I will.
hey. I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
For this map too, I might add that these squares are 20 feet.
Okay. Well.
It's huge.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
It is huge, and so are we.
We might be giants.
Yeah.
We are giants. Yeah, I'm going to stroll ahead and get Theo to teleport me if something falls, if anything decays, if I get startled by something, I suppose.
That's fair.
So yeah, we'll keep going. This is going to take a while.
Right, fair enough.
If everything's 20 feet, but I'm going to go this far.
I mean, you're not in combat, so you can just move where you want to be.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to go up here because why not?
All right. So
let's have a look around.
Okay. Okay. Cool. You can move up here. There's nothing happens.
So what's through here?
Through there. Okay. Well, I guess you're seeing what's through there now.
Yep. Peering around the corner.
Yep. It's just a deserted, open courtyard. Very long, rectangular sort of space. There's a lot of rubble lying around in the corners. Again, high walls. This looks like an area where people might have once upon a time brought wagons and trade into originally, and you can see how the doors and the gates are offset from one another for the sake of sort of tactical retreat.
Okay. Coming through here. What? Okay. Is this like a stable? This part here? What is?
That's again a lowered floor. It's just a couple of steps down, and that whole area is about 3 feet lower than the rest of the floor.
Okay. So coming through here, looking around. I can't pick up here. Yeah, what do I see at this point?
So now you're kind of coming into this area where, in fact, if you just step into it, I mean, you're looking at a wall in front of you that's on a diagonal.
What?
So that's a wall there.
Okay. I hope people are following me. Otherwise, split the party.
I'll put Rokan with you. So, I mean, mind you, Rokan, you don't have a roll 20 at the moment, so it doesn't matter. Okay, and so from there, what you're looking at is through that entranceway, through that area where you're standing right now, Vespera, you can see out into the desert.
Oh.
But you're looking through another pair of gates. Now, it is actually daytime, you know, so I'm... Or is it... Did we decide it was nighttime last week?
I think we decided it was like evening, basically.
Okay, so it's okay. So if it's early evening, yeah, that makes sense. We'll keep the dark vision business going. Okay. You can make perception checks though.
Okay. If I can find it.
I'll have Stolas do one as well.
Perception.
And Barry, you're just following with these guys?
Oh no.
Yep.
Okay.
That's an 18 for Stolas, and I'll roll for myself. Yeah, I don't see shit. But Stolas got an 18, so...
Okay. Is that for audio checks or just visual ones?
He gets advantage on both sound and visual checks.
Cool. All right. In which case, Stolas reports back to you that he heard something in the distance, out in the desert somewhere, a howling sound like a wild animal.
Okay. So I'm going to give Stolas the instruction of fly out for maybe 30 seconds in the direction of where he thought the sound was, see if he sees anything, and then just come back and report.
Okay. So Stolas buggers off. He flies off into the distance. Zoof. And he's gone for a good 30 seconds. And what are you guys doing for 30 seconds? Just sort of waiting for him to return? Do you...
I think I would like to turn around.
Okay.
And go back.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good. So you're going
Let's
back.
go, Theo.
All right. At about this time, Feralt, Stolas returns back to you and reports that he heard more of that noise out in the distance, and he believes, to him, it gave the impression of a small pack of wild animals.
Okay. And so he didn't particularly see them, he just heard them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I figure
30
that
seconds did not get him very far.
I mean, he's got a pretty decent flying speed,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I mean,
The thing is, if
sound carries a long way at night, and it might have
True.
been up to a mile away. So
yeah, I mean, it's like, so he gets 60 feet flying. I mean, he could maybe, I don't know if familiars can dash, but you know, it's
yeah,
like
for sure.
he could get like, you know, at least 300 feet away. So
Yep.
if it's not within 300 feet and they're not like charging towards us, it's probably not really a priority.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, Stolas does not seem particularly alarmed.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you guys sort of cluster up at this entranceway, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you're gonna go in this entranceway, I assume.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Well,
But... Aha.
I'll put you guys there.
Thank you.
So you've got some big ass stairs to climb up, and you can hear the sounds of creatures inside. Can anybody speak giant?
No.
No.
Nope.
Rokan, no giant for you. Actually, Rokan, you do speak giant.
Oh.
Because Rokan speaks common, dwarven, giant, goblin, orc, and undercommon, because Rokan is a badass ranger with lots of languages.
Okay. All right. Apparently I do. What did they say?
You do. So what they are saying is that he says, "Give it back! No! I want it! The leg is mine! Why you always play like this?" This kind of thing. They're fighting over something.
They're arguing over something. We should take advantage of it.
Give back, return, make it mine, always.
We could always give them the option to leave peacefully.
I don't think they'll take it.
I don't think so either. At least we offer it to them.
Okay. All right.
You guys might want to make stealth checks about now.
If I can fight it every time.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Wow, nice. Dirty 20.
Now, just out of game,
Just 10.
Yeah.
what do we still have Pass Without a Trace going? Because Rokan cast it when he went to investigate it in the last session. Barry, mute.
I did.
Yeah, no. Russell? Russell, we can't hear you.
Yes. No, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, so we had the yeah,
Pass
so
without trace.
that's
So
like plus 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, this is a massive fiery brazier up here.
Okay.
Not to
So
be
it should be
confused
pretty
with
lit up
brazier,
inside.
because they're different.
Now, just out of game before we go in.
Yeah.
Now Stolas went in with Rokan, so he would have seen. You mentioned there were multiple levels in there.
Yep.
It's just like, and how high up are they?
These steps.
No, the levels inside. Like, I'm
Oh.
imagining like mezzanines or something.
Oh yeah. There's definitely 2 levels of mezzanines. Yeah.
Okay. And how high are they?
Each mezzanine is, let's see, say 30 feet for each mezzanine.
Okay.
Just to make it simple.
Okay. Well, I was going to suggest something, but 30 feet is kind of pushing it a little bit.
Anyway, so we had stealth checks. So Vespera's a 10 for a 20, Feralt's a 20 for a 30. I didn't roll you, Rokan, so I better do that now. Stealth, plus 9 on your stealth. And you rolled an 18 for a 27, plus 10,
Plus 10.
is a 37. Rokan is essentially invisible. Okay, so Rokan,
Well-
you silently stalk into the hallway from the exterior.
Before he does, I hand him a potion and tell him to drink that before he starts fighting.
Okay. So do you drink it, Rokan?
No,
I
it
do.
only not. I tell him to just wait until the fighting starts because it only lasts a minute.
He's
Oh,
like, oh.
okay.
Okay.
It's like just say drink that the moment before you start fighting. It'll only last a minute, but it'll help you hit your targets.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. So,
So-
Rokan, you are moving up the steps. You
Yep.
get to the top of the steps. You start moving forward down the hallway. Are you, because you rolled such a high stealth check, I'm suspecting that you're moving along one of the walls,
Yeah.
right? Hiding behind the pillars along the wall.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And-
I'm gonna try and do what I did before.
Okay, so what I've sorted out here for you, I've put you in a position where, and you should be able to see this on the map right now, I'm pinging where you are. The red dot that's flashing is where you are.
Yep.
Can you
I see me.
See that? It's this one. Okay, so that's where you are, and you can see 2 ogres. 1, 2 over here.
Yep. See him.
All right, and they are fighting over what looks like the corpse of a large goat. And as they're fighting, they rip it apart in 2 parts, and the front comes off and the back comes off, and a whole bunch of slosh comes out the middle across the floor. What have you done now? Mogok, you have no brain! In any case, what are you doing at this point, Rokan?
I'm gonna find. Can I see any high positions in here?
High positions, yes. There is a mezzanine floor from here to here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a dotted line and 2 pillars. That's one pillar, that's another pillar, and those pillars represent the boundary of that mezzanine floor.
Okay.
And as I said to Feralt or to Avery, it is at least 30 feet up to that mezzanine. And you can't see a way to get there either. This room does not have stairs in it.
Okay. Okay. Alright. I will stay where I am for the meantime because I got a good aim on them, eh?
Yep, for sure. You are 5,
Yep.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 feet away from them. And I actually do need to make them a little bigger because they are supposed to be giant-sized.
In comparison to us, they're huge. Oh, okay.
That'll do.
Not huge enough.
Not huge enough.
Okay. I'll look for a place to hide properly where I can hit, hide, hit, hide.
Okay, well, you've got two options. The first one is to stay where you are, which
Yep.
is basically the end of the hallway behind the pillar that opens up into the chamber where the enemies are. Or
Okay.
alternatively, you could actually fire from way back down where you came from, back on the steps. From outside, you could shoot down the hallway, although they could easily take cover from there.
Yeah, I don't want them to take cover.
Right.
Okay. So I'll stay where I am,
All right.
load up my bow, Hunter's mark one of them.
All right. So which one? This one?
Yep.
All right. He's hunted.
Yep.
Hunter's marked. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
now do you drink the potion now?
Yes.
Okay, so that potion, for the next minute, you add a d4 to every attack roll to hit and saving throw. And it's not concentration.
Okay.
So it's basically like it's a weaker version of Bless, but without ability checks or concentration.
That's pretty cool. That's on attack rolls. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
so it doesn't affect damage, but, you know, can't do damage if you don't hit.
Yep.
Right. Okay. What have we got here in our thing?
I will do the beast thing.
Okay, now.
Are these beasts?
No, they're not beasts.
Well, there.
Should we perhaps roll some initiative?
What do I need here?
I feel like I should just do that anyway.
Hold on, I'm going to roll for initiative in a second. I'm just tweaking the encounter slightly.
Okay.
Okay, so go. Roll your initiative now.
All right.
Rokan will
Cool.
roll yours.
15.
Drazan, I will roll his.
Where is Rizan?
That's a good point. Where is Drazan? I need a token for Drazan, don't we?
Yes.
Um,
A dashing one.
A
as well.
dashing token for Drazan.
Yeah.
So he just spends all his actions dashing. That's good.
He spends his action being dashing.
Free action.
Dash.
Look good.
Dashing, yeah.
Look good. Swish one's hair.
Ding!
Okay, this is going to be Drazan. Is it? Oh no. What?
What?
It's not letting me.
Oh,
Did it
No,
work?
it's two of them.
Is it
it's-
two of them?
Echo Knight.
There's an imposter.
Where are they? They're not
Sus.
even on my screen. Oh, here we go. There's one. There's two. Okay, we'll kill one of them. Boof. All right.
I was looking forward to
No.
You're looking forward to two Drazans. Of course.
What,
you
Brad's just not enough for you, huh?
Brad?
are. Chad.
Chad.
Brad. All right. So
It's an
Rokan-
AD name.
Rokan,
Close enough.
You're at the front here with your bow drawn. You've hunter's marked the dude on the right. You wanted to ask a question about you wanted to mark him as well, like a favored foe?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you hit a creature with an attack roll, okay, so you have to hit him before you can do that.
Okay.
I see what you're up to.
What else can you do? Monster Slayer,
Barrel.
Hunter's
Okay.
Sense, Slayer's Prey as a bonus action, designate first time you hit with a weapon attack adds an extra d6, so you can do that. So you want to use Slayer's Prey,
Yep.
although that is a bonus action. You've already used your Hunter's Mark as a bonus
Okay, that's all right.
Okay,
That's all right.
so-
We'll just go with Hunter's Mark and the.
Alright, so you want to fire 2 shots?
Yep.
First shot.
And remember,
is
add the
underway.
D4.
That is an
Yeah.
18 plus 7 plus a d4 with 25 plus another d4 is definitely going to hit. The d4 comes to, it's only 1, but it's 26. Okay, so you hit the ogre. You do, off the bat, it's 9 points of piercing damage plus it's a d6 for Hunter's Mark. Or is it 2d6 for you? I'm trying to remember. I guess it's a first level spell at this point.
Yeah, it's like
it's also your last
Hunter's
spell
Mark
slot.
doesn't get more damage as it levels up. It just increases the how long it lasts.
All right. Okay. So a d6. So what do we say? It was 9 plus another 3. So it's 12 points of damage from the first attack. What do we got here? Okay, 12. All right. That's the first attack. Then the second attack, Rokan, to hit. Actions, longbow, +7. And this is all a sneak attack, or a surprise attack. 15 is another hit.
Well, if it's a sneak attack, shouldn't it be at advantage?
It's not a sneak attack. It's
It's a surprise attack, but you know what I mean.
That is true. It should be. So let's give it another roll. In case we get no, not that time. And I'll roll one more time just for last time, just in case we got a 20. No crits. Okay, but they do both hit, and the second one hits for 11 points of damage straight up, plus Hunter's Mark, which I rolled max 6, so 17 points of damage on the second arrow. 17. Boof. Okay, you basically halved that ogre's hit points in your attack round.
Hide.
Okay, and then you pull back behind cover. Okay, so you're
Yeah.
taking full cover. Right, Rokan, it's actually your turn now that you've had your surprise attack.
Okay.
And you can do it all again if you want.
Yeah, I'll do it all again.
All right, so the first attack, no longer with advantage though, but with +7 and a d4, right?
Yeah.
So that's a 15 plus a d4, and it's a 4, so 19, that hits. You do 8 plus 3, 11 points of damage. And then your next attack, Rokan, longbow's a 14 plus 7, 21, plus a d4, just to see. That's a 4, so 25 to hit. Alright, so you certainly did. This one does 10 damage off the bat, plus another 6, so another 16 points of damage. Wow. Okay. That ogre is really fucked up. Like, you've peppered it with 4 arrows.
Hide. Yeah.
And he is just staggering back for a second and taking in what's just happened. And the other ogre's looking at him. Vespera, it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to move up closer.
All right.
Where are you? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So about here, hiding. And I'm going to ready my action to use Primal Savagery. I want to, before I left, I should have mentioned this, but I just realized I might as well explain it. I'm going to have Theo fly over to Drazan and just, if he needs to get teleported, due to some attack, do it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
On Drazan's turn, he's going to move forward and get involved, but...
Yeah.
We'll
Theo's probably sticking to his back.
Okay, cool. So, what is your actual action here?
Moving up and readying to do Primal Savagery if someone comes closer.
Okay, so if somebody comes within how far?
Well, it's very close range. So if they
Isn't
come
it
up
like
to attack
melee?
me,
Well, they have to come
Yeah,
right
yeah.
up to you then. Okay, so it's...
Yeah.
it's- okay. Because you used up all your movement already.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's Vespera's turn. Excellent.
yes.
The ogre that you just peppered, Rokan, he is quite upset about everything. And the
As
first
one
thing
would
he
be.
does is he moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30... He moves to here, around the corner. Now Stolas can still see him. And from that point, as he moves to that location, he is going to pick up some rubble and just hiff it basically where he thinks Rokan is. So, how's that going to go? Probably not exceptionally well. 18 to hit. What's your AC, Rokan? Oh, it's 15. Poo. 4, 8. Okay, so 9 points of damage, Rokan, from a piece of rubble being used as an improvised weapon, essentially. So I guess, Rokan, I'll take that off you. What did I say? 9.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Yep, so you're at 35 hit points now. Alright. He has 1 attack. Okay, so Drazan. Okay, so Drazan's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet to here. He's armed with a light crossbow. At the moment, at least. So,
Didn't you give him a heavy crossbow before?
Did he have a heavy? Yeah, he should have a heavy crossbow. Quite right. Right. Let's give him a heavy crossbow. Inventory. Edit inventory. Add item.
And one other thing, I know you normally have it as an action to reload it, but apparently it should normally be your item interaction to reload.
Oh, really?
That's what I've heard.
Huh. Okay.
Because, I mean, that does kind of make sense. Like, item interaction, you know, put another bolt in.
Right.
I mean, you still can't multi-attack unless you take a feat or something, but...
Right. Crossbow. Heavy. Here we go. Equipment. Alright, now we're sorted. Okay, so heavy crossbow. And he fires. 13. Is that going to hit me, ogre? It will hit that one. Okay, so heavy crossbow damage. D10 plus 1. Ooh, that's 5. Well, actually, Drazan slays the ogre. No, I lie. He slays the wrong ogre. He doesn't slay the ogre at all. He hits the wrong ogre because he can't shoot that guy because he's already round the corner. That's the one that Rokan hit. Okay, so what do we do? 5 points of damage. Okay, cool. Alright. The ogre that he's just struck, Rokan's just struck. Sorry, not Rokan, Drazan.
Rokan has been given inspiration.
Inspiration, nice.
From another time, apparently. Kazra's onto it.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I think that's my movement speed. Yep. And from there, this ogre is also, he's going to basically throw a javelin from there as he approaches. 18, 24 to hit. Now, Rokan, your armor class has got +5 on it right now because you're behind
Cover.
3/4 cover. So your armor class is 20. But still, 24 is going to hit, unfortunately. 13 points of damage to Rokan. Boof. Okay, Rokan is at half health.
Okay.
Been there before.
Yes.
Sucks.
Nothing different
Okay.
about that.
So basically... can I see that Rokan's been hit from where I am?
Yeah, you would have seen the javelin hit him, yes.
Okay. In that case, what I'm going to do for my action, well, for my movement, I'm going to move up to here. Then for my action, I am going to cast Cure Wounds on Rokan at 2nd level through Stolas.
Okay, so Stolas swoops down and touches you, Rokan, with a feather or a wing or a claw or something.
Yep.
Right.
And let's see, that is 15 points of healing. And then Stolas flies back, and I'm imagining like he's found like a little alcove or something real up high enough they can't easily reach him up off the floor.
Yep, that's totally fair. Rokan, you're up to 37 out of 44 now. That's a bit better.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Feralt, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I don't have any real bonus actions I can use, so that's my... Well, actually, instructing Stolas was my bonus action, so yeah, that's my turn.
That's your turn. Okay, so Rokan, you are in your little hidey cover spot. Unfortunately, a javelin smashed through the side of the pillar that you're standing behind and hit you for a little bit, but then Stolas flew down and his feathers brushed across your arm or your face and healed you with a healing, what was it? Cure Wounds? And so
yeah, Cure Wounds.
Cure Wounds, and now Rokan, you can make some sort of action or attack. You still have your Hunter's Mark, and you know that one of the ogres is right around through the pillar on the other side of the wall, less than 5 feet from you, but 5 feet of thick wall.
Okay. I'm gonna get... Can I get the same one that I was?
The one that attacked you was not the one that you attacked.
Okay.
So basically, there was one on the left and one on the right. One on the left and one on the right, and you went for the one on the right, and he went and hid over here, and the one on the left came straight towards you.
Okay.
Throwing a javelin and hitting you.
I will go for the one...
So you can pop out and hit the hiding one, or you can pop out and hit the one that's coming directly at you. But the one that's hiding is very, very wounded.
I'll go for the one that's hiding.
Okay, so you're going to pop out. Are
Tung.
you using your longbow still?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to move back down to like this wall here, away from there? And then, then you can see him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet away from him roundabouts, and you're firing with your longbow. You've still got your Hunter's Mark up. Your first attack is a 22, which hits. Your second attack will also be a 12.
Plus the D4.
Plus the D4, yes. Okay, 13. And that hits. Okay, so 2 hits, Rokan. So the first one...
Hey.
First one's a D8 plus 4 is 10, and that actually kills your ogre, your first ogre. So this guy, boof, bit of the old freehand. Ugh. Okay, cool. Now you've still got an attack left, Rokan. I assume you're gonna move your Hunter's Mark.
Yep.
Okay, so that's your bonus action. Moved it to him, and
you're
going to fire your second arrow.
Yep.
And that's a 19 plus a D4, 21 to hit. Definitely hits. D8 plus 6 damage is 12 damage, plus a Hunter's Mark is another 3, so that's 15 points of damage with that attack. 15. Done. Kill him off. Okay, cool. Rokan, you got anything else up your sleeve?
You know that thing you said I could do when I run away?
Yep.
Can I do that now and go down and join the other?
So you want to move...
I think he's talking about the ability that lets him bonus action dash.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, you can bonus action dash, but you've used your bonus action.
Oh, have I?
Well, he hasn't really... How much?
He had to move his Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, but how much of his movement has he used?
Oh, 5, 10, 15 feet. Half of it.
Well, he's still got like 15 feet of movement then.
Yeah, you still got movement if you want to move somewhere.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go down where the red and the black markers.
Down to towards Drazan.
Are you talking about like down here?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to move 5, 10, 15 feet about there.
Yep.
Alright. Okay, I can do that. Alright, so you're just retreating as you're firing.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You're just firing
pretty
and
much.
walking.
Yep.
Okay, so that ogre is currently 40 feet from you by the looks of it. Somebody just measured it.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Vespera, your turn.
All right. I would like to... Oh, okay. I'm going to move behind... Oh, over here. That's not very powerful.
Okay, so move
Oh,
out.
God. I'm not going to be able to hit him with the fireball.
Remembering
previous
that
flame.
the grey areas are difficult terrain.
Okay, well, I'm not in
You're
it currently.
45 feet. You could hit. I think you could hit him.
No, it's like 30.
What are you shooting
34.
with?
Really?
I know something. I'm about to double check. Hold on. Where are we? Produce flame. Yeah, 30 feet.
Really? Wow.
Well, it's not your one. It's not firebolt. Okay. Well, in that case, I will just move up.
Yeah.
Nah. I'll if the guy comes closer, I'm going to throw this produce flame at him.
All right.
So I'm readying that. I'm also going to get Theo to fly around here. Actually to here. Oh, that's gonna hurt if she procs. I don't want to hurt you, okay? I'm going to say to Drazan to move back a little.
Move back. A little.
Yeah, move back, please.
All right.
To where Theo will be going.
Well, he will have to do that on his turn.
Yeah, but his turn's coming up, so.
Yeah, I mean, Drazan's basically looks like he's stalking towards the enemy with his crossbow. He's already loosened his sword. You get the impression that he's going to fire his crossbow as he's moving, and then drop it and draw his weapon and attack in melee. That's the impression you have.
Okay.
From Drazan.
Damn it. Well, that's not helpful. I just don't really want to hurt anyone.
Except the ogres.
Okay, let's see. If I go here, Theo goes there. I tell Theo to teleport. That should work. It might catch Rokon if we do decide to teleport.
Okay. But they all know what it's like to be teleported, and
Rokon won't be in the vicinity of teleport, but might be in the vicinity of getting damaged.
well, that sucks.
Lol, it sucks.
Right.
I think he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
He got healed. He can tank it.
All right, so you are basically telling Theo to teleport if
we get hurt.
If you get hurt.
If I get me, because I'm in the way.
If you get hurt.
Yeah.
So you are the trigger. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm the trigger.
And you got any other actions, bonus actions, movement, flavor, or dialogue?
I'm just holding a produce flame, ready to throw it.
Ready to throw it. Okay, so you're holding that, and this flame is being held until again somebody tries to attack you.
Until I can, until that giant creature is within range, which is 30 feet.
30 feet. So he's 10 feet out of range right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So on his turn, you'll probably get to do that because he is moving in your direction. Okie dokie. Drazan's turn is next. And Drazan is gonna first of all move 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there. He's going to fire his crossbow one more time. That's a 20 flaccid to hit. He does 10 points of damage.
Nice.
Ogre is now bloodied from Drazan's attack. Does he get more than one attack per turn?
I mean, if he's a level 5 fighter, he should do.
He's actually a level 6 fighter.
Oh wow, yeah, then he should get...
should.
Doesn't he get extra attack at level 5?
Yeah, he should do, yeah. Okay, so...
Well, he could hold an attack with his sword, couldn't he?
He could hold an attack with his sword, but I mean, if he's got another attack that he can use... but it's... Can you attack twice with a heavy crossbow in one turn?
Not unless you've got a feat for it.
Right, okay. So in which case, yeah, he can hold his sword attack. That makes sense. Okay. That ogre, in which case, comes up 5, 10, 15, 20 feet to there, attacks Drazan with a great club, hitting him with 24 to hit and doing 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
So he's within range first?
Yes.
So should I fire before you take that into consideration?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just flame. 15, 21 is the total.
That'll hit.
Cool. 2d8. Double 7's 14.
14 damage. Okay.
Yep.
You definitely hurt him. But his attack still connects with Drazan, unfortunately. And Drazan still takes 16 points of damage. Okay, but Drazan's still alright. Okay, so that was the ogre. Excellent. Now it is Feralt's turn.
Alright, so Drazan is right in my line of fire to the ogre, so Firebolt is out. I am going to ask the ogre to make a wisdom save, please.
He says, no, thank you. I'd rather not if I don't have to. I nearly rolled a natural 20, but instead I rolled a natural 14 minus 2 for 12.
That is a fail.
Okay.
So that is 2d12 rolling custom because for some reason D&D Beyond doesn't give me the d12 option.
Is it Toll the Dead?
Yep, Toll the Dead.
Boom! So the chamber rings out in all directions.
So I actually had a look. It's interesting. Toll the Dead just says it's loud. It doesn't specify range of the sound the way Thunderwave does.
Right.
So they say that realistically it's more like 60 feet compared to Thunderwave's 300.
Right.
So it's still loud, but not like crazy loud. So yeah. So did you? What was the damage from that? Should have come up. My D&D Beyond. 16 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, that rips him apart, and the ogre collapses as his teeth fall out, his nails and what have you just drop out.
He basically liquefies the ogre.
Pretty much, yeah. He's a dead ogre at that point.
Okay.
However, as that ogre dies, and we shall mark that up over here. Blah, 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 blah.
Thought it was too easy.
Brick comes out. Oh.
Note. Ping. Ping. And so thusly you see another ogre appear from the side passageway over to the north side of the room. Feralt, have you finished your turn?
I am going to use some difficult terrain. Actually, I'm just gonna like scooch up closer to that pillar, and then I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay, let me just see where you are. Yep. Okay, cool. Okay, so at this point, Drazan calls out, "There's another coming! Incoming!" He looks over his shoulder to see that Rokan is ready for the next wave. Rokan, it is your turn, and from your position,
Bonus.
you can
the hunter's
see
mark?
across the room to this creature. Now, the thing is, can he move the hunter's mark as a bonus action? Because the creature's already dead, and
No, you can only move it once the creature dies, isn't it?
It's gone, right?
Yeah, so it's dead, so you can move it.
Oh, he can.
I know with Hex, it has to die before you can move it.
Right, then that makes sense. Of course, you're right. Okay, so bonus action, Rokan, hunter's mark.
Yep.
Okay, so you move
Slide
Hunter's
over.
Mark onto him, and you're gonna hit him twice with your longbow.
Yep.
All right. First attack, 24 to hit. Still gets a +4, right? Plus
Yeah,
D4.
that's 10 rounds.
D4. Okay. Well, it was in fact a 28 to hit. So that kind of hit him. 8 points of damage off the bat, plus 6, so 14 points of damage to this ogre. 14. Cool. Second attack, Rokan, longbow, +7. Oh, natural fucking 1.
Okay.
Oh, your arrow just snaps. The bowstring of this magical longbow that you have just strips the fletching off the side of the arrow. And
Okay.
Whoever made this arrow, you're gonna fucking rip their legs off.
Okay. Yeah.
It was
I will just.
clearly the Fletcher's fault. Clearly.
I will deal with it accordingly.
All right. So that's your 2 attacks. Do you have any other actions, bonus actions, or movement, or anything you want to do? Do you want to move back into cover?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Yes.
we can live with that. Excellent. Vespera, you are up next.
All
Nextos.
right. I am. Oh, well, I can't see the guy from here. Oh no, I can. But just. Okay. No matter what I do, things are too far for me to hit.
Okay.
So I am going to. I'm going to cast Sanctuary. I've never ever used this before, and I don't know how good it is.
Okay.
So it's going to be a learning curve.
A learning curve.
But
Sanctuary.
I'm going to cast it on Drazan, seeing that he is like an unstoppable force, and nothing I do will prevent him from stopping. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
And then I'll have Theo.
So anyone that attacks Drazan has to make a wisdom save.
Yes.
Right? And if they fail the wisdom save, they have to attack somebody else.
Or lose the attack.
Or lose the attack. Okay.
I will. Okay, well, I put you there. I'll have the spear move here. And then Theo teleport us if we are in harm's way.
So what is the range on the spell?
Oh, good question. Where are you?
Oh, it's 30 feet.
Okay.
So you can't cast it yet.
It's
No,
on Drazan.
Oh, it's on Drazan, of course it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wait, no, it's a bonus action to do that. Okay, well, I won't have Theo teleport us then, because I won't be able to. However, I do have an attack, so I'm going to ready that.
All right.
I'm going to ready a produce flame, seeing as it's a cantrip.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So you're holding that?
Yeah.
All right. And
Theo is not going to proc at all.
okay.
Can't do it.
And trigger for produce flame? Range?
Yeah, pretty much range.
And it's 30 feet or what?
30 feet.
30
yep.
feet. Okay, so it's sort of like here somewhere. Okay, cool. That's Vespera. Drazan is up next. Drazan.
Who's probably covered in a
Ogre goo.
30.
Potentially ogre goo, yes, but the sanctuary should probably have an effect on him, so he might have
dashes to there.
He might have like a fiery like halo or something.
Right. Okay. So he's got this fiery halo sheathed around him as he sprints across the room in his wyvern-clad armor, drawing his long sword, dropping his crossbow, and preparing himself for combat. The ogre moves 5, 10. Fuck off. Token settings. 15, 20, 25, 30 to Drazan, and attempts to club him.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, wisdom save for ogre is at -2. I rolled a natural 2 for 0.
Excellent. He doesn't do it, but
okay, so what happens?
Awesome.
He either attacks someone else or loses the attack.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone else loses the attack. Okay,
There's no one in his range.
He's gonna just lose the attack. I think he just
Have a timber tantrum.
stops and seems confused. He can move. He's got another 10 feet of movement, so he might 5, 10 to here. Which is actually
Is he still within?
bad for him because now he's actually more visible.
Like, is he did he provoke an opportunity of attack?
No,
I don't know how.
Okay, if you move out of combat range, you provoke an opportunity attack.
So he's still in combat range of
He
Drazan.
stayed in
Okay,
combat.
sweet.
Yeah, he's just staying within combat range of Drazan. He's just circling Drazan, like you know how fighters circle each other.
Yeah, it's just a little hard to tell, being he's so engorged.
Right. Feralt, you are going to be next.
Okay, well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my movement to get to here. And I am going to have that ogre make a dex save.
A dex save. Okay, ogre dex save. A massive 10.
That is a fail, and that ogre is lit up like a Christmas tree with fairy fire.
All right, so you all have advantage to attack the ogre at this point. Excellent.
Yep.
Okay.
So any attacks on him that are roll to hit get advantage.
Okay. Do you have any other actions, bonus actions, movement, flavor, or dialogue that you would like to?
Nope. That's it. I've used my movement. I've used my action. I don't really have any bonus actions. Well, actually, tell you what. I will move. You know what? I'm gonna have Stolas move out to here, and just keep an eye on things. Make sure nobody comes up behind us.
Okay,
But
so let me just see
that's
what
gonna be my
Stolas
turn.
has. Where did you put him? Out the back. Okay, yep. Cool.
Yep.
No worries.
Because I mean, we did hear those wolves out in the distance. You never know what else is out there. Don't want anything sneaking up on us.
True that. Okay, cool bananas. So Stolas flies out there, and that's the end of your turn for Alt.
That is correct.
Okay, Rokan, your hunter's mark is already on this guy, I think.
The usual.
Yep.
With advantage.
With advantage. Okay, so longbow +7 with advantage. Oof. Here we go. Well, there's a natural 1 and a 16. +7 is 23, plus a d4, which is just 1 this time, so 24 to hit. Yeah, I think that hits the ogre. That does 11 points of damage off the bat, plus Hunter's Mark is another 5, so that's 16 points of damage from your first arrow. 16. Oof. Okay, you've bloodied him, Rokan. Rokan, your second arrow is an 8 plus 7 is 15, which already hits, to be fair, but we'll roll the thing as another 1, so 16. Okay, d8 plus 6 damage is 7. You roll a 1 there, but 7 damage plus your 6 Hunter's Mark, and it's a full 6, so 13 points of damage this time. Alright, again, you're just peppering this ogre with arrows right now.
Okay.
And that seems to be the end of your turn.
Yep. I'll pull back in.
Back into cover. Vespera.
Okay. I will move out. 5, 10, 15, 20. I will have Theo join me and prepare to teleport if we need to.
Meanwhile, Drazan's like, have at me, foul beast, I'll hold you back.
That's cool.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
He gets down behind his shield and prepares to be bashed with a club.
If he attacks,
Yeah.
He loses his thingy. By the way.
If Drazan attacks.
Yeah, forgot to mention.
So
he might have already.
If he attacks, he loses his protection.
Right.
However, it was nice to have it while it was there.
Well, I mean, it confused the ogre and blocked one attack at least.
It did.
Yeah.
It did do that.
Okay.
Drazan hasn't actually attacked it since then, though. I don't think. Has he?
No, so he still has that protection.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can take the dodge action on his next turn.
Where was I? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll have Theo go here. Prepare to teleport. And I will ready a produce flame.
Ready a produce flame. Okay,
Yep.
Cool.
Come closer and I will show him what it does.
All right, Drazan, on his turn, he is going to... maneuvers. Okay, so Drazan does a rallying cry on his turn as a bonus action. He expends a superiority die to grant a friendly creature who he can see. Who's the nearest person to Drazan right now?
Currently me or Feralt.
I guess Vespera, because you're a little bit more squishy.
Okay.
He grants you temporary hit points equal to 1 superiority die. Superiority die is a d6, I think, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So you get 5 temporary hit points.
Vespera. Thank you.
Ironically, at this point, I don't know. It's debatable if Vespera is actually squissier than I am. She's got higher HP than I do.
Oh wow!
And she's got the same AC.
Holy crap! So Drazan,
Shut up.
besides taking that action, he dodges for his turn.
Nice.
Okay, so that's
Good.
The ogre attacks Drazan at disadvantage.
And makes a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, and makes a wisdom saving throw. Well, his
otherwise
disadvantaged
hurt me.
attack actually is a 19. Wisdom save is a 7.
So it fails. He can't attack him at all.
You can't attack him at all. Okay, so the ogre just flails around and can't bring himself to really attack. They're just circling and feigning attacks at one another, but not actually making any serious attempt to hurt him. Feralt, you're up next.
Okay, I am just going to... I've got a clear line of sight, so I'm just going to straight up firebolt the ogre.
All right, roll to
And
hit.
because Fairy Fire is still up, I'm rolling at advantage.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Jojo got 5 ads. Man.
No,
sorry about that.
Casper.
That is a crit.
That's a crit. You got a crit.
Whoa!
I got a crit.
All right, crit me.
Awesome.
That is 24 points of fire damage.
Motherfucker. Okay, you burn his face off and he dies. That's him. He's over.
Okay.
But you can make perception checks at this.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Stolas back in because we've already had one guy come in. So let's see. I think Stolas gets 60.
18.
We have Stolas for finally. Just Stolas.
Okay, so I'll make your perception check. Rokan, your perception check is a natural 5 plus 4 is 9. Yeah, Feralt, was that an 18 for Stolas?
No, that was for Stolas. I got an 11 and it adds him. So Stolas got a 13. I got an 11.
Okay,
I got 18.
Drazan rolled an 18 plus 3 for 21. Okay, all right, so you kind of all notice each other noticing something, and then you look up and you see Drazan, and Drazan just calls out as dust begins to fall from above on the mezzanine floor, and you hear something coming above you from on the mezzanine, and suddenly another ogre leaps down from above. Let me turn them around here.
You spin.
He lands. Now this ogre is not only bigger and scarier than the others, but he has this massive chain that's between his hands, which he starts swinging around as he does so. Okay, and Rokan, it's your turn.
Move the hunter's mark.
Bonus action.
Yep.
2 attacks.
And do the usual.
Do the usual. Okay, so first attack for you is a natural 20 for a crit.
Hey.
Okay, so crit damage. That's 15 off that, and then you do another 5. You do 23 points of damage.
Good job.
23 points of damage. Okay, boof. Your second attack. 23 points of damage with 1 attack. Fuck you, Barry. The second attack, however, is a mere 2, a 9 to hit. Does not hit. So yeah, okay. But you did so good on the first one. Excellent. Okay. All right, Rokan, that's basically your turn. You move back into cover as usual, adding that gives you +5 to your armor class from where you are. Vespera.
Oh, okay. Guess it makes sense. Why can't I see him on the map? Is he hiding behind something? I can see him on your map, but
strange.
I can see him if I go here. It might be due to dark vision.
It's probably your range of dark vision, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm about to hit him. Okay, I am going to. I think we've got a good thing going here, to be honest. I think I'll radio produce flame again, get Theo to teleport us, and just keep Drazan. Well, it's not concentration from the looks of it, so he's just gonna keep having sanctuary on him.
Okay. Cool.
So
So it's not a concentration spell.
no.
Perfect.
You sure? You sure it lasts multiple turns?
Yeah,
How long
it
does-
lasts a minute.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
What level spell is it?
It's level 1.
Okay. It's pretty good.
Pretty powerful for a first level spell.
It is, isn't it? Okay, so Vespera.
I didn't realize how good it was.
I know. You haven't used it before.
Yeah, I'm just readying.
All right, readying. Okay, cool. Drazan is next. Excellent. So, Drazan, you move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to the ogre and take a long sword attack. First attack
Ooh,
is
there goes
a
his
19.
thingy.
That hits. His second attack will be an 11 and miss. So his first attack is with a, he's got his shield, so it's d8 plus 3, does 7 points of damage. Yep.
He will notice that the fires, they go out.
The fires go out.
Yeah, the fires that were illuminating him a little just
right.
disappear as the sanctuary goes.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Drazan's done his thing. The ogre, the chain brute. That's weird. Does not say a thing. Okay, in any case, +6 to hit one target. 14 is not going to hit Drazan. And then he tries to punch Drazan for 12. So he misses him both times. Fralt.
Okay, so I am just going to move in. So 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna go about here, and I'm going to have that ogre make another dex save.
Dex save. Dex save. This guy, he rolls a natural 8 for a 7.
Sorry, my internet connection bugged out.
Fail. 7.
Well,
Roll a 7.
Is this-
Roll a
So-
7 for the dex save. So failed the dex save. What happens?
Sorry,
Failed.
my connection still.
Avery.
Sorry, it just like did this really slow thing, and it's just.
Blah, blah, blah. It failed the dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
With a 7.
Okay, it's fairy fire.
Fairy fire.
Fairy
Okay,
fire.
So he's been fairy fire.
All attacks are at an advantage.
Yep.
And I'm going to have Stolas go to. Just check the range. Sorry. So I'm going to have Stolas fly up here, but I'm going to have him like 40 feet up in the air.
Okay.
And that's my bonus action, and I end my turn.
Okay, so that's Faralt's turn. Okay, cool. Rokan, back to you. So I assume we're doing the same.
The
business.
usual.
The usual. It seems to be effective. So fairy fire gives you advantage to attack. So let's do that. Has he still got the? Oh, natural 20. Another fucking natural 20, buddy. Crit. Oh, good dice too. So 16 from the longbow, and another 6 from the hunter's mark. Yeah, that's right. So that's 22? 6, yeah, 22. Okay, so 22 damage from that one attack. Okay, so you hit him right in the face, and he screams out with this arrow sticking out of his face. He's still got the chain. And he starts moving towards you, Rokan. But you still have another attack. So let's do it. Still with advantage. 11, but +4. And we rolled a 3, so it's 14, and 14 hits. So you do another 14 plus a d6. 14, 16 points of damage. 16 points of damage, and your second arrow kills him as he comes running at you. You shoot him in the head, and he hits his face down on the floor and slides across the floor, landing at your feet, skidding to a stop. The chain slides out of his hand and squeaks across the floor for a few feet, also coming to a stop. All the dust begins to settle.
I was trying to get his eye. Damn.
I'm gonna listen out and look around because they keep coming out. I think that's just... Yeah. Perception check?
Alright, you can make a perception check if you wish.
I wish.
I'm gonna have Stolas fly up and check the top level to see if there's anything up there.
Yeah, sure.
18.
18. You, Vespera, you think you can hear some whispers coming from upstairs. And Stolas, when you go upstairs, oh, okay, 7 for Stolas.
That was for me. That not
That's for
him.
you. Okay, so let's get Stolas.
Okay, so I'm just gonna.
Notice shit. Rokan better make a perception check too, so I'll do that for you now.
Okay, so rolling for Stolas, he's got a +3. I'm gonna just manually roll it at advantage
18
and then
for
add
Rokan.
2 to it. So Stolas gets a 16.
16, okay. Well, everybody, including Stolas, but not Feralt, realizes that there are whispers coming from upstairs, up on the mezzanine floor.
And so Stolas is looking at the top level right now from where he is.
Stop it now. We don't know.
Feralt, I hear something as I walk closer to him.
Yeah, me too.
Kill us.
Yeah, I'm going to share senses with Stolas so I can see what he sees.
Keep your head down. No, keep it down.
I'll beckon Drazan over.
Drazan comes over to you. What is it?
Are you
Whisper?
okay? You got hurt.
Yes, I'm okay. I'm well. Thank
Good.
you.
Also,
Are
I had
you
never
okay?
done that spell before, but it worked so well.
I saw that monster quite confused about things. We can undo the map now if you like, Avery.
Yep, okay, I'll stop sharing then.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Avery.
No worries.
Before we go anywhere, I start to look around at the area because on the map there was a sun on the floor and a brazier.
So
It's quite beautiful.
It is. It is. So what are you trying to ascertain? Just looking around.
I just want to take it in.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Right.
just stand there, just looking around, looking at the floor.
You can make a history check.
Okay.
I'm gonna make one as well.
It just looks pretty, and I think Vespera finally feels like this place is right for her.
That sounds fair.
Hmm.
Rokan, I'll make you a history check as well, just because everybody else is doing it.
What the hell?
Natural 20. Fucking ridiculous. Okay, Rokan.
That's-
So as an orc, you come from the Ungor-Mark Empire, which is of course located on the other side of the Parkard Rift, and you had to come all the way around to get here. However, that does not preclude the fact that the orcs have stories about what resides on the other side of the rift from their point of view. And so the orcs call this land the Black Lands of Kem. And it's a very ancient place, and once upon a time there was a human civilization, one of the first human civilizations to exist here. But it's long fallen. It existed during the time of the elves, even in the end of the Second Age. So, you know, these peoples are obviously, they've got a long history. There was this old civilization. Nobody knows much about them.
It's the Black Land. Huh? Black Land, okay. Yep.
You
Old
recognize-
civilization.
You know that whole civilization, the entire people were wiped out.
All the people wiped out.
Could I ask why? Why were they wiped out?
Or how were they wiped out?
Is it because of this place? Or did they leave here?
They left here. Well, Rokan... Actually, Rokan, you're not entirely sure much more than that, but these people were subsumed by the Arch-Lich, Israel.
They were consumed by the Arch-Lich, Zariel, or something like that.
I see. I look down to my pouch and I start pulling out a few good berries. These are level 2 good berries. I have 7 of them. So to those who have been hurt, aka Rokan and Jazan, I'm going to give them out.
Okay.
And we consume them.
So it would be equal to 5. No. Yeah, 5 points. 5 points per berry. So.
All right. So how many berries do? I mean, is there a limit to how many you can create here?
Well, currently I have 7.
Okay. So Barry, you're at 37 hit points. You need 4, 5, 6, 7 hit points. How many berries is that? 2?
It's
2 would take him to full.
Yeah.
So are you okay with giving him 2?
Yep, 2.
Okay.
Me try for 6.
And I'll heal him back up to 4.
Why not give 6? Rokan do good shot.
And then I go over to Jazan and I hand him as many as he needs.
All right.
I think he lost 16 hit points,
Yeah,
so...
that's right. So he needs, what, 3, 4?
I think if I give him 3, he'll just be down by 1 hit point.
All right, so I'll put him up 15.
Him get more than me.
All right. So
Well, he looks more hurt than you.
It's like, I'm technically still hurt from our last fight. Could I grab one of
Well,
those?
Gerald, of course you can. Here you are.
Okay, so I'll take one, and that'll take me up to
Him
1
got
under
another
max.
one.
I put the last one in my pocket. I should probably create more just in case. So I will do that. Just need to figure out what spell slot I want to use.
Well, actually, remember, you haven't attuned to it, but you do have the Pearl of Power, which will let you recover a 3rd level spell slot.
Right.
So you need to attune to it, but then once a day you can recover a 3rd level spell
Me
slot.
got no spells now.
That's true. You have no spells. You are out of spell slots, Barry.
I got no spells.
What we need is rest, but we can't rest if we're in here and there's still people here.
Well, I'll say this much. At this point, you don't hear anything. There's no signs of life.
But we heard whispering.
You did hear whispering upstairs. That's true.
And so it's like, so you said it was coming from the mezzanine?
Yep.
And Stolas is up there looking at the mezzanine. Can he see anything?
Okay, well, Stolas, what you notice is that there are a number of cages upstairs with a number of people in them.
It's
mostly humans.
okay.
In
So
various states of, starvation and unpleasantness.
okay. So I tell the others. It seems there's a bunch of cages up there. There's people trapped in them.
Okay, well, let's go free them, shall we?
Aye,
Is there
my-
any danger up there? Can you see anything?
Can I see
Stolas-
anything?
Stolas hasn't seen anything dangerous up there. There's,
Okay.
He sees an archway from the mezzanine into the next chamber, and possibly the top of some stairs that come down. On the
Okay,
other
well, I'm
side.
just gonna have Stolas just fly through that archway and just just relay images to me.
You're getting the impression that there's some stairs over here. Hang on,
Okay.
I'll shift click it for you.
Yep. Yeah, I see that.
Aha.
Okay. So basically, I have Stolas fly back to me, and I just tell the others that, there's a flight of stairs that seems to go up to the level up there. We can go and try and help some of these people.
I will start walking, and as I start walking, I'm going to create some good berry. I have a couple of spell slots, so I'm just going to use them. Might as well. So I've got a 3rd. So that would be good berries. I have they'll be able to heal 7. And then I've got a second, which will be able to heal 6. Okay.
Okay.
So I should have 20 good berries.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so does everybody...
So we will go up there?
Everybody going to move up?
Yes.
I think we probably will.
Okay, so oops, that was...
I'm just going to take inventory in a sec.
Okay, so I'll move Rokan up.
7.
Okay, so I'm now... I would have gone up the stairs to the mezzanine, and I've got Stolas just sitting on my shoulder.
Okay. Well, I don't have a map for the mezzanine floor, so...
yeah, I'm just basically like... Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just basically put myself there, so...
Alright, so we say that Rokan follows you upstairs, and you come in from the archway through the wall there, on that floor. And along here, there are a number of cages with a bunch of people in them.
Right.
So I'm just going to go
They
and
look
just
quite
kind of like...
terrified. Are you guys stealthing at all, or what?
Well, Stolas didn't see anything. Like, I'm just kind of like moving from cover to cover, but I'm not being actively stealthy.
Okay. What about you, Rokan?
I am always stealthy.
Okay. Well, Rokan, you made a stealth check for a 15. So let's say you're hiding in the shadows near the archway with your bow drawn. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I don't think I'll be particularly stealthy, neither.
I think Drazan follows you upstairs. He'll come in next to you, Feralt. Vespera, are you going up the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's...
Is this upstairs?
Yeah, that's upstairs now.
Okay.
That's now upstairs. Okay,
Yep.
So Rokan's just a little bit back from you guys hiding as you go in. You see these various cages up there, and somebody calls out, "Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Are you here to save us?
Yes,
Who are
we're
you?
not dangerous.
Where are the ogres
you.
gone? Did you kill them
They're
all?
dead.
I heard fighting. Did you slay them all?
Well, how many ogres are there normally?
I don't know. There's at least 3 or 4 of them.
Well, I think we've killed 5 of them so far.
Oh gods, there's more.
I will start handing everyone a good berry through the bars.
They start stuffing their faces. Oh, thank you so much.
It's okay.
Taking them off you.
I start like looking at the cages themselves. I think that because there are
crude.
so many, I won't be able to teleport them out by a Theo because she might hurt the next person.
Right.
Yeah. And so
What you notice
these
about the cages is that they have bars, but they haven't been locked. They've been bent closed.
Oh.
Can Rokan unbend them?
Rokan may be able to, but it's not going to be easy even for Rokan.
Look, perhaps Lathander could help you.
So you're going to give him a guidance?
Yes.
Okay, so you
I'll
guide
guide
him.
him.
And you're going to make an athletics check with guidance. So here we go. That is a 17 for a 22 plus a d4. And we rolled a 3, so that's 25. Rokan, you managed to bend one of the gates open, letting out one of the cages worth of prisoners. And they climb out and stumble out. Thank you, my lord, thank you. Oh, he's an orc, can we trust him? He saved us. Come on, you can't not trust him.
You can trust him.
he's
the
an
best
honorable orc.
I'll try the next one.
Alright, so you go to the next cage.
Guidance.
Can I investigate the cage, like looking for structural weaknesses that might make it easier to get it open?
You can.
And I will guide him.
Okay. So, and then I'm going to roll. So that's a dirty 20, and then I'm going to roll guidance on top of it. So that is a 21
Right.
for investigation.
You see some weak spots in the cages, and that
Yeah,
will
so-
lower the difficulty from 18 to 16.
Okay, so I basically I look at them and I just point to Rokan. After Rokan, this is where you should try and get him open.
All right.
Okay.
And every time Rokan does it, I will guide him.
You know what? I'm rather than lowering the difficulty, I'm going to give him advantage because you helped him.
Okay.
So, and you're guiding him as well, Vespera, is that right?
Yep, every time he does it.
Right,
yeah.
So this time he rolled a 13.
Was that with advantage?
That was with advantage, but he gets his D4 now, which is a 4.
Hey, that was a heavy sounding D4.
It's a metal one.
Jesus.
Big ass gold shiny thing. It was a 4, 14, 15, 16, 17. You start bending it, but you don't seem to be able to quite get it to move the way you could the last one.
You sure this is the place?
Aye, that's the weakest point.
Okay.
Some of
Let's
the
just
people
keep going
inside
and-
start trying to break it open too. So I'll give you another shot with advantage if you like.
Okay.
All right. Athletics. Oops, I only rolled 1 dice then.
No, guidance.
13 plus the D4. Still not going to do it. Yeah, this cage is stuck.
Okay, let's leave this one.
No, don't leave us.
No,
Don't
no,
leave
wait.
us.
I'm not leaving you. It's just
Surely
I can
you
teleport
hack
you
your
out
way
of
in.
there. We just need to make sure everyone else is out of the way.
The people in
So-
that cage, sort of, some of them are starting to panic a little bit, and they start shaking the cage and rattling it and making quite a
Let
lot
me
of
try
noise.
again. They panic.
All right, so you're gonna.
Yep.
Well, due to the mechanics, pretty much we've found
Done
that
it.
you can't.
Yeah,
open
we've
this
done
one.
it.
But you can go to the next cage.
Okay, I'll go to the next case.
All right,
I'll be back.
with
I'll be back.
advantage.
I'll be back.
yeah.
Okay, you do manage to
okay.
get this cage open with a 26. So you rip the bar right out. Bonk! And you can make an intelligence check at this point. Anybody who wants to can.
Just straight intelligence?
Yep.
Sure,
Rokan
let's
rolled a
make
natural
that
1,
flex.
So Rokan, you just drop the bar that you've just ripped out. And
Oh, wrong one. Ignore that.
Feralt.
That wasn't my save at all. That's not it either.
Yeah, that was a 13.
It's a check, not a save.
No.
Not
Yeah,
for
don't worry.
Vespera. Feralt,
Still
so that's a
sucks
13
anyway.
for Feralt.
Yeah, that's a 13 intelligence check.
Okay, Feralt, it occurs to you that you might be able to use that bar that Rokan's ripped out of
I was
some
actually about to ask about that.
lever. Yeah.
So it's like, and the thing is, because it's a bar, like, how long is this bar?
12 feet long.
Okay, so I basically just said, to the others, all of us together. I pick up the bar and say, all of us together, and basically wedge it in and try and
All right.
fulcrum it out.
All right. So Rokan, I'll get you to do the athletics check one more time. This will be again with advantage, and I will lower the difficulty now.
And and guidance.
And guidance. All right.
Sure, yeah.
Here we go. Ooh, a natural 20 for a 25.
Nice.
Plus a
So
D4,
I imagine that cage
27.
basically just collapses.
Yeah, it rips it open, and everybody comes out. Oh my
Okay.
gods! Thank you so much. Thank you. They come to you and they're like pouring over you. Some of them have fallen to their feet in front of you and are kissing the ground.
Are there any more cages?
Nope, just 3.
No? Okay,
Each
good.
of them are quite big, to be fair. So there's like,
Vespera,
you've got
Yes?
like,
me cut finger. Me need berry.
Oh,
Oh,
how many people have I fed first?
there are 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 people.
Okay, so to be fair, I don't know if I'm going to have that many left, and they're all emergency ones at this point. So,
Okay.
Uh,
So what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to like I don't really want to go down to the brazier. I think where we are is probably the best defensible spot. So it's like I'm just going to clear space and just start cooking up a big meal to try and give everyone a bit of hot food.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. All right.
That
So
sounds
they
good.
gather around you and mostly they watch. Some of them try to help if they can. They don't really have anything.
Yeah.
You see that they've collected a couple of insects that they've caught by hand that have moved through their cages at various times.
I just tell him, look, we'll get you some real food. You don't need to worry about those.
I'll be right back.
Thank you, my lord. Thank you so much.
I'm no lord. I'm just doing the right thing.
Oh, you're a lord to us, believe me. Believe me. We come from a small town not far from here, called Dagford Burrows.
How far away is it?
Oh, a few miles to the south, I would say. It's hard to tell.
How long have these ogres been here?
We don't know. I don't know, but it was only a few weeks ago they raided our town, and
You haven't heard of them raiding any other towns?
don't hear much from other towns, much, to be honest with you. We keep muchly to ourselves. You notice that he's got a very strong and specific accent that you can't place.
Okay.
It's quite a
Interesting.
rural accent, but it's very specific and different to the ones
Yeah.
that you've heard.
Okay. And so, yeah, so basically I just
You
continue.
You can call me Wilkin if you like.
My name is Fault.
Fault.
Aye.
I see. An interesting name you have there, sir.
Aye.
And your big friend, the orc. Who are you?
Aye, that's
sir?
Rokan.
Rokan. So we were saved by an orc named Rokan and a human called Fralt, and this lady here.
She's a druid.
I see. And Drazan steps forward. Yes, I didn't do much, to be fair. So what shall we do now, says Drazan to the rest of you three. Now,
Well,
everybody's eating and calmed down, and
Yeah,
people are sort of...
I think this might be a good place to spend the night, and then in the morning I think we should investigate, and maybe we should look at getting these people back to their homes.
Seems like a good plan, yes. So he said something about a town, a community, Dagford Burrows.
That's what he said.
I don't remember any Dagford Burrows registered in DAGDAGIEL as any kind of community, but they don't pay taxes to us.
I get the feeling they're a rather insular group.
Perhaps.
Well, we need people.
Aye, and if they're an insular group, it's likely that they're less likely to have spies in there.
You mean Barakyle spies?
Barakyle are the biggest threat to us at the moment, but I wouldn't disregard other groups.
Red Fang.
Right.
Aye, those two, but I wasn't so worried about the orcs specifically.
That's right. We good
about
people.
I meant in this instance, the Red Fangs and the Cult of Yurtrus are not good people, unlike yourself. I was thinking we're a wee bit far from them, but I don't like some of the things the Black Guard have been doing either.
The Black
Orc
Guard,
don't like Black Guard.
are they not of the elves?
Aye, the Black Guard are of the elves, but some of the things that I've heard about King Arivran don't sit right with me.
Oh? I've
He's-
not
they-
heard much.
They say he's been gathering up magic items sometimes by guile, sometimes by force. It's unsettling to me.
Interesting. Were not the elves the ones that parted with their magic when the mortals came to Sidaria?
That's what my master told me, but it seems King Ivran is a different sort of philosophy to him.
Well, it does not sound settling, does it?
Them no
No.
like Orc.
Well, we shouldn't
Well,
run
to be-
into too
to-
many blackguards. I don't think there have been any to our city in a very, very long time, if ever.
Aye, but I wouldn't put that out of... I think you're right, it's unlikely, but you never know. Doesn't hurt to be on guard against them.
Should
My
always be
people
aware of
fight
potential
Blackguard.
threats. Should always be
Rokan,
aware
your
of
people have been
potential
fighting the elves since your people arrived in Sadariel.
Yeah. All we want, bit of land. Place to belong.
and elf ears to eat.
And elf ears to... elf ears to hear our call.
Right. Inspiration for Rokan, I say.
He already has
Oh, you already
inspiration.
have
It's like-
inspiration? Okay.
Wasn't he?
World is just like, just internally, yeah, I'm not going to try and rebut that because I'm not getting into that argument again.
Right.
I think Vespera will. She's quite sad right now, so she will go for a walk.
Okay.
Taking Theo as well because, like, there still might be bad guys out there.
Yeah,
But
Where you go?
I'm just going for a walk.
In dangerous place?
I'll be okay. I promise.
Okay.
So where do you walk to? Where are you going to go?
I will explore the place. Try and find rooms that haven't been found. Really, I just need. Vespera needs to mourn.
Okay.
So what she would like to do is find a place that she can do that. Somewhere nice, kind of gardeny.
Gardeny. Gardeny in the desert.
Yep. Perhaps if there's an empty brazier that's in a different location.
Right. You can certainly find an empty brazier that you can pick up, and you can find your way out onto the rooftop of this building. There is an old dome on top of the rooftop, which you can't actually get into. But
Can I see through it?
You can't see through a dome.
it's not glass.
It's not
Okay,
glass,
sweet.
it's stone. Yeah.
Right.
Made of stones. And you can see some of the tiles from very long ago still exist, but most of them have been stripped off. And the ones that still exist are this bright lapis lazuli kind of blue color. Really quite pretty. But mostly they've been smashed and they're almost entirely stripped off. You don't know what's happened to them. But you can see in many directions from the rooftops, and so you've got a view around the Redoubt. We'll call this location the Redoubt because that's what it is. It's a fort, and you can see off into the desert in pretty much. If you walk around the dome, you can see in every direction. And at this point, you don't see anything of particular interest in any direction, especially at night time, isn't it? So. You can see 4 of the moons, the steps, the high arch, the pillar, and the gatehouse, sitting on the horizon.
I'll just sit and pray to Lathander that he looks after, to Lathander and all of nature itself, to look after those who have fallen, like Eonin. Protect them in the next life.
Can you make a perception check too, please?
Sure.
I'm assuming Feralt and Rokan are eating and having a long rest.
I'm gonna re-roll.
Yeah, I'm going to send. But basically, I'm going to take my turn on watch, and I've got Stolas at the entrance to the building. He would have also, circled around looking for any other ways people could, like, anything big could get in or out.
Okay.
But basically, Stolas is just going to, sit at the entrance and just let him know let Feralt know if he hears anything.
All right. Well, Stolas reports back that he found some storerooms.
Okay.
With old junk in them, basically.
Okay. Well, that's something that we can investigate in the morning.
Right. Vespera,
24?
You hear far in the distance this pack of howling wild animals. Can you make a nature check?
21.
Well, you've seen a number of wild animals over your various journeys and what have you, and you've come across hyenas in the past, and they sound like hyenas.
Okay.
Okay, just one question.
Hmm.
Do they sound at all like the gnolls we encountered?
Yes.
Yeah, the gnolls.
Yeah, but I'm saying like.
Well, they sound like hyenas.
Okay,
And
so
gnolls
there's not a
sound like-
noticeable difference between them.
Not particularly. No, they sound pretty much identical.
Okay.
Well, I try and ignore that, and just spend a bit of time.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
praying.
Very good. Well, you can have inspiration
Oh, thank you.
for praying to Lythander. Lythander gives you inspiration.
Oh, that's nice of them.
So by the time
about time.
when you wake up, or when the sun comes up, you have inspiration. The first sun, 2 suns. Okay. All right. So, the evening passes without further ado, and the first sun does rise, and Vespera does get her inspiration. The various peoples that are with you, they've introduced themselves as Hamlin, Goodwin, Leoric, Wilkin, Piers, Alla, Mirabelle, Olive, Winifred, Sabina, Colette, Maud, Brenner, Burrows, Walker, Tallow, and Baker. And so you sort of, you get to know them a little bit. There seems to be like 4 families that they come from between them, and this little place that they come from, this community, Dagfort Burrows, basically supports these 4 families, and they've been there for as long as anybody can remember. They're just farmers, as far as they know. They go to the markets once a year, and they will actually take wagons to to DAGDAGIEL.
I was thinking that's a bit of a ways.
It's a bit of a ways to Vangate. Yeah, no, they're not going to go 3,000 miles to Vangate. No. Okay. Besides that, do you guys want to do anything in particular?
Well, I should long rest. 1 sec.
Yeah. Well, basically, so
Rokan,
Stolas
I'm gonna
saw
hit you
some
along
storerooms.
this
I'm just gonna go and have a poke around in them. I figure
I'll come with you.
there's not much chance of anything good being left, but I would have ritual cast detect magic before I went in there just to see if anything lights up. You never know, the looters might have missed something.
All right. Long rest has been taken for you, Rokan, so you are all reset. Okay, so you go looking around storerooms and things. You find a bunch of animals and other corpses of humanoids, strung up, stripped down, otherwise kind of being cured or otherwise kept, even salted, in this one back chamber. There's a couple of barrels lying around that seem to have come from somewhere. They don't look like they're old barrels. They look quite new, in fact.
Okay.
And
What do I find in the barrels?
you find a whole bunch of ale.
Okay.
Mostly
Well,
ale.
so I'm going to get Rokan to help me get the barrels of ale out.
All right, so you can roll them out.
Yep. And then I'm going to cut down any people or other corpses
Yep.
or whatever, any
There's-
remains that
there-
are strung up.
There is a wagon in that room. Oh my God, Jordan!
That's a big room.
Jordan.
So it's an intact wagon?
Is it an intact wagon? Yeah, it is actually an intact wagon.
Okay, that's going to be useful.
Looks like a farmer's
so-
wagon.
Okay, so basically, I'm going to take any human remains I find, or sentient species remains. I'm going to gather those up respectfully,
Okay.
and once I believe I've found everything, I am going to get a little help, and I'm going to try and find wood and basically build them a funeral pyre.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you're building a funeral pyre. Where do you build this funeral pyre in the fort itself?
Well, basically, I'm going to,
Do you do it where you
fi-
find them, or do you take them to the main chamber, or do you take them to the?
I'm not
courtyard?
well. Basically, if we do it in the main chambers, it's going to fill up with smoke.
True.
So it would be outside.
Okay.
And basically, I figure that it's probably best to do it in the evening, so the smoke doesn't attract attention. But I would have it somewhere outside.
All right, that sounds fair enough.
What I would like to do before you introduce Algalas, I want to go up to the people that we've saved, and I want to find out like what their agenda is. I want to try and rally them to support us.
Right, so
in
you're
our
going to need to
resistance.
roleplay that out, Charlie.
Yep.
Okay, so who do you go up to? Hamlin, Goodwin, Leoric, Wilkin, Piers, Alla, Mirabelle, Olive, Winifred, Sabina, Colette, Maud, Brenna, any of those?
Anyone that I'll sort of
Wilkins has already
talk to
introduced
them
himself.
all.
Talk to them all. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell you what, you can make an investigation check.
Okay.
Can I insist her with investigating?
20.
Yes, you can. Although you're kind of busy at the moment, Feralt.
True.
20. Okay. Well,
I'll help Feralt with his...
Yeah, I got that. Okay, so
Okay,
you're helping
Drazan can help me with this.
Drazan can help you with this. All right. Well, fair enough.
Please.
Um,
Forcing him to do things.
Drazan helps you with this. You got a 20 for your investigation.
Yes.
Well, they seem like they come from a farming community. They're farmers. They are a very isolated community. They have their own religion, which that you've never even heard of the gods that they're talking about. They have their own dialect, which is kind of offshoot of Common. It sounds like a very archaic version of Common. Basically, if you were to put them into a sort of a modern setting, we're talking about they're like Amish people.
Okay. Hello everyone.
Hello.
I'm glad that you're all feeling better, well fed, well rested. Any wounds that you might have had,
When
look
do we
like they've
go
cleared
home?
up.
When can we go home? In the morning. Yes?
Is it not the morning yet?
Oh, it is the morning. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, sure.
What I want to propose to you all is we are wanting to create this place as our own town to support a resistance against an evil force. You might have encountered them before, the Barakyle wizards. They have killed a great portion of the people that I love. And I'm imploring you to remain so that we all might work together to create a better...
We heard of them Barakyle wizards. We've heard of them before. Aye, they paid for our plough, didn't they? Only last winter.
Right. Did they treat you kindly?
Oh, very kindly, ma'am, very kindly. The ones with the pointy hats and the red. Yes?
Well...
Oh, they were nice to us. They came through, just a couple of them. 3 of them, I think it was.
Not all of them are nice. In DAGDAGIEL, they killed many people.
Oh, look, we don't go near that city. Any of the big cities, stay away from the cities. They're all evil.
I look to Drazan for some sort of help.
Drazan sort of shakes his head. He says,
Please
firstly,
help.
these people are commoners and farmers. They're not going to be able to fight.
We don't need them to fight.
I'll tell you what we should do with them. I think
What's
what we
that?
should do is we should keep them as friends, and if we ever need somewhere to send people to some kind of safe house, we can send them to them.
Okay.
We'll keep them on the payroll, so to speak.
Oh,
If we
all
ever
right.
do need
That's-
reinforcements, we can go to their village and we can try and raise some arms, but I don't imagine they're going to have a lot of weapons or a lot of training. I'll tell you what I can do, though, and I think we should gather everyone together. And as he's speaking, now, pause there for a moment because we have Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Hey, Jordan.
How are you, Jordan? And
Oh,
welcome.
hold on.
Welcome.
Long time
Hello.
no see.
Long time no see.
I know, it was like it was only Saturday.
Right. And what brings you here today? You got home from work and had time and felt like it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Fair enough. Well, you've got a new character ready, don't you?
I do, and they're ready to be introduced.
Ready to be introduced. Okay. Well, you've got a couple of choices. The first choice is that you are quietly hiding among this group of prisoners that they've found in this fort. And your weapons and things will be found by Feralt in the storage room, if you want. That's probably the easiest choice. We can just put you there now.
I think that works.
You happen to be traveling through... Now, you are a Goliath, though, so you do stand out like a sore thumb.
I would, yes.
That is true. I got another idea, even better idea. They kept you in a separate cage in a separate room.
Yeah, I think that would work. I think
That's what I was gonna say.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, if there was an outsider there, these guys would have commented on it.
Yeah. And you might have been here for longer or shorter than them. What do you think?
I think I would have been here for longer.
Okay. So you would have heard them being brought in and stuff, but you never saw their faces. You never got to talk to them. You just were vaguely aware that there were more prisoners somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's what it would be.
Okay. All right. So we don't have to go into too many details about how you got captured and what have you, but you were pretty sure that they were planning to eat you. The fact that you have giant blood had them a little bit confused, and maybe you put them off balance a little bit with that. So that's probably why you survived this long. They've been arguing about whether or not eating you was going to piss off Grolantor, which is their god. So, anyway, in any case, you may wake up in your cage, Hagalaz, however you want to say your name.
Hagalaz, yeah.
Hagalaz, you wake up in your cage to overhear the sounds of fighting in the distance. And after some time, eventually, we shall say that it is Feralt who is doing the searching.
Yeah, that's what I said I was doing.
Yeah,
Because,
so you-
he's the Inquisitive
I
guy.
went with them.
Right, so
Yeah.
Feralt and
Yeah.
Rokan, these two people come stumbling into this room where you are. It's a fairly big room, mostly empty. There's signs of occupation here from many years ago, and there's a few weapons lying around. Your stuff is lying around over there. A bunch of other stuff that ogres play with. There are various corpses and states of decay, further decayed, so decayed that even the ogres won't touch them to eat. So this place stinks too, and you've gotten used to it over the months that you've spent in here. And so Feralt and Rokan, you enter and see this Goliath in a cage hanging from the roof.
Him big. Can we keep him?
Let's find out if he's friendly first. And I just call out to there. Hey, are you alive up there?
Him
guess
big
that's a
talker.
yes.
In giant, I say, you alive?
Over the months that you've
And I say
spent.
back in giant, yes, I am.
And so
Him alive.
How do we get him down from there? So, how far up in the air is he?
10 feet.
10 feet, okay. Is there anything we could, push
Yeah.
under the cage so that we could, kind of climb up there?
Yeah, between you, I mean, Rokan's pretty strong, and between
Yep.
you can move some stuff around, some
Yeah.
old smashed up bits of
Okay,
furniture
we
and
try this.
stones.
Okay.
And you manage to get yourself a platform that's high enough to get to the bottom of the cage. Yep.
I
Okay,
say in giant, have you killed the orcs?
Orcs. Or
The
ogres?
orcs? Do you mean the ogres?
Ogres. Ogres.
Yeah, we kill ogres.
Can I punch the door?
The door of the cage.
Yeah.
You gonna punch the door of the cage? Sure, you can do that.
What check would you like me to do?
What are you trying to break the door open?
Yeah, just trying to break the door open.
Out of game, I think you've been here for a couple of months. The door's not going to open.
Cool.
It's you can punch the door, but you probably just take a hit point of damage.
Okay.
Sorry.
Fair enough.
It's
Yeah,
out
no,
of
fair enough.
frustration. I mean, you've been here for a long time. If you were going to get out by yourself, you would have done so by now.
True.
These guys
So-
appearing don't give you the magical ability to break out.
Okay.
So it's I mean, I'm not proficient with smith's tools, but I am proficient with jeweler's tools. So I'm just kind of like examining the cage, looking for weak points in the metal based on just basic metallurgy and
Right.
like maybe a bad weld or something.
Right. Well, you can make an investigation check. I can say that the cage is a very, very simple construction.
Yep.
It seems to be. It's made out of some kind of ironwood.
Yep.
Sort of posts that go around it in a circle.
Okay.
It's got a lid on it and a floor.
Okay.
You long way from home.
You've been crouching in this fucking cage for a long time. You're incredibly uncomfortable. It's incredibly painful, and you probably got like 2 hit points right now.
Okay.
Cool. I could take that down actually.
Okay. So I got a natural 1 for investigation.
Right. You're absolutely sure that you know where the weak point is that's going to pop the gate open on this cage.
Okay, I'm just gonna try, since I'm so sure that it's there, I'm just gonna grab it and try and get it open with my -1 strength.
All right, you can make a check to do that. Athletics.
Yeah.
Do that.
What you
That's
doing?
Okay, hang on. So that's a strength check?
Yep.
Natural 20.
I rolled a
Yeah.
15.
It rattles, but it doesn't pop.
Okay.
And
What
you're
you doing?
A little disappointed in
I'm
that.
trying to get this cage open.
Okay, you think that the weak part?
I think it's the weak point.
Him don't look too strong at the moment.
Okay. So I'm going to just talk to him and say, "Do you speak common?
I do. Yes.
Oh,
How do you feel about magic?"
What is magic?
Are you familiar with abilities that can heal injuries?
You guys have
Yeah,
clerics
yes.
and shamans
Okay.
and stuff.
Okay. It's something like that. So I am going, with your permission, and I just reach out my hand, like not touching him yet, because I don't know this guy, and he's just like, he's in a cage, I don't know what he's going to do.
Yep.
With your permission, please let me help you.
Okay.
So I reach out and touch like his shoulder, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 1st level.
Okay. Cool.
And that is 10 points of healing.
Nice.
Woo. Nice.
All right.
Thank you.
So
You're welcome.
what I can do is I can let either the Goliath or the Orc make an athletics check with advantage because they're working together from the inside
Okay.
and the outside.
Okay.
Okay.
So who has the best athletics, Rokan or Hagelaz?
I have a +6 to my athletics.
You're +6, and Barry, you've got a +5. So Hagelaz, you should take the roll with advantage, athletics.
Advantage first roll. Let's go. Oh, 17.
17.
So close to a natural 20.
So close.
Nice.
You bend the doorway partly open, and you can hear the metal and the hinge twisting and whining as it starts to pop the rivets out of it.
Pull the other way. Pull the other way.
We'll get one more check with advantage, please.
That's right. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Bang, the door comes off. Okay, so
See,
Rokan,
me tell you pull the other way. Nah.
so now Rokan, you're standing there on top of this table and some stones holding this door, this cage door that's been ripped off.
Yeah.
You can throw it to the side.
Just throw it down.
All right, it clatters to the ground. Dang, 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 dang. And Hagelaz, do you climb out?
I jump out.
All right, can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Certainly we can do that. A 9?
A 9. Okay. You find that you're quite weak right now. I'm going to give you a level of exhaustion for the next 24 hours.
Cool. Cool. Noted.
Okay, so I'm gonna indicate to Rokan, let's basically get him the hell out of here, and get him to Vespera.
I'll give him a hand.
Okay.
Hey, you got a name?
My name, Hayglass Bloodbane.
Pegla Budbrain. My name, Rokan. Okay, let me give you a hand. We'll get you to somebody who can heal you. See if you can get me an extra berry while you're at it. Okay, up. Here we go. Lean on me.
I lean on Rokan.
Okay.
So basically, while he's doing that, I'm just gonna have a quick look around. At this point, I probably would have like covered my mouth and nose with it, like some cloth, because I don't really enjoy breathing in this miasma. And I'm just gonna have a quick look around for any like usable equipment, basically.
Okay. You can make an investigation check.
Okay.
As we're walking, I see Bloodbane, not Bloodbane, Nightbane.
Right. You pick up your. It was an axe, isn't it?
It's my great axe.
Great axe.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that was a 10 for investigation, so I probably don't find anything interesting, but I would have found the obvious stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got anything else here?
Obviously I have like a backpack, as it were, because everyone has a backpack. And I also see 2 hand axes that I pick up.
Oh,
And-
good choice, good choice. Ha ha! We
And I
got
slip
a
them
lot
into a
you
belt.
already.
And I just say to myself, oh gods, now there's 2 of them.
Ha ha ha!
All right.
Should I? Okay. Before they enter, 'cause I suppose you all are coming back. Vespera takes Drazan aside and she. Oh, and I say, Drazan, I'm so sorry for your children. I'm the reason for why that happened. I know it.
How are you the reason for why that happened?
I'm the one that suggested we give you the information on the Baukyle wizards. I'm the one that...
But that was just a mistake, Vespera. Anyone could have made that mistake. How could you have known what was to come?
And then... That time that you tried to warn me that you were being tracked by them and that they had your children. I didn't realize that you were trying to signal to me to leave. I've never come across that before. Then as soon as I left, that was the first thing on my mind, and I desperately wanted to go and save your children. I waited to follow you so that I could go and find them, but I didn't. A part of me thought if I went up there, they would die. And by not going up there, they still died. I'm sorry.
It is a lot to take in under these circumstances. But they're gone now, and I cannot get them back. I can only dedicate myself now to this new cause, and I cannot think back on it. It's too heavy a weight to consider, at least for now. We have to survive. You all have to survive. These children here too, among these peasants, these farmers. Enough has happened. We need to now look at ways to find their weaknesses. We need to know more about these damnable wizards. We need to figure out a way to strike them where it hurts.
I lost so many people.
Yes. Your
I feel
family.
so hopeless right now.
They took your family and my children, and it's despicable. It must end. What are we to do?
I take him by the hand. Just hold it tightly. We just got to keep moving forward. We got to track every one of them down and put a stop to what they have to do. Actually, I had that vision that they were after a weapon. The weapon that they were going to try and destroy Veingate. What if we can get that first?
What was
If
your
we
vision
can-
exactly?
It was like a massive artifact on a carriage. If we can get that first, we can use that against them.
How would we get it first? Where is
I
this artifact now?
I don't know. I don't even know what the artifact is.
Seems difficult.
We have to do what's difficult. At this point, we have no choice.
My first priority, I feel, is to loosen their grasp of the nobles of DAGDAGIEL. They have somehow infiltrated the assembly of princes and they have bought them. They are controlling the political situation and forcing our nobles to take sides against their own enemies, the Barkail's enemies. They have changed many bylaws and rules since they've been about, and they have made much influence, not all for good. It is fair to say that many have seen their good deeds, but their good deeds are shallow, hollow features. Festivals. He spits on the floor.
I have a few
Fireworks.
ideas of what we need to do. I think that is a good one. We need to find
Let us-
allies among them.
Well, let us gather our friends and have this conversation.
Oh, look, here they come.
Well, look here.
Wait,
they
who's
come.
that?
Ah,
I
look what I
wiped it.
found.
I wiped tears away from my eyes.
Look what I found. Ah.
Who is that?
What was your name again?
I believe he said his name was Hagalas.
He's very silent.
Yeah.
Almost mute. Oh, there you go.
Almost mute.
Could you get your big foot off my foot and maybe we could get further? Okay. All right. This way. Over to this chair. This chair too small for you. Okay. Over here, sit on this cage.
Now, while I've got you all here, I will get an initiative check, just in case.
Just in case Hagalaz says the wrong thing.
Right?
And
Right.
let's go.
17. Also, I don't know if
18.
I'm not active in the campaign.
Reload your character.
That would probably work.
I got a 17 as well.
You got a 17 as well? Okay, so Ferot's 17, Hagelaz is a 17, Rokan, your initiative is...
Since I wasn't in the campaign, I'm going to do that again. I got an 11 instead.
Nice.
Natural 20 for
Oh.
Rokan.
Unknown player.
Rokan for 23. And Drazan, your initiative is a natural 2 for 3. Okay, cool.
He's very distracted by the fact that I've ripped open a wound.
Ripped open a wound.
Mm.
Wow. Okay, cool. Alright, well, anyway, putting that to the side, you all gather together and the peasants and what have you are packing up their stuff and they're kind of itching to go for, to walk back to their home at this point. And one of them comes over to you as you're approaching from downstairs. You come up the stairs, and Wilkin comes over to you, Feralt. He says, "Have you seen a cart anywhere? A wagon?"
We did find a wagon, aye, but I don't know how you'll pull it.
The beasts of burden would be gone by now. They would have eaten them, no doubt. Long
What
ago.
about the ones we came in on?
You have
Chad.
beasts of burden?
They're not... I mean, the one I have is a warhorse. I'm not sure how well he would take to being tasked with pulling a wagon.
Oh, but a horse is a horse is a horse, is it not?
Of course.
Of course.
I'm not especially good with animals, to be honest.
Oh, don't you mind that. Don't you mind that. Goodwin here is very good with all animals. Aren't you, Goodwin?
Even war horses?
Well, I don't know about war horses, he says. Never laid my hand on a war horse before.
I got a draft horse.
Well, a draft horse, that'd be the type of horse you'd need for pulling a wagon.
Yeah.
Aye, draft horse.
I'll talk to him. I'll ask him to help you.
You talk to him.
Yeah?
Could you also please have a chat to Chad?
Can you talk to horses?
Yes.
Is that like orcs can do that?
He's a very special orc.
Oh, I see. Well, Goodwin here is a very special farmer.
I bet you he is. Mm.
And you notice that Goodwin's, one of his eyes is a little wobbly.
It pulls up.
Yeah.
The difference is our orc can understand what they're saying.
I see. So you do have a wagon and you may have a draft horse.
I do have a draft horse. The only way I can get here.
And can we maybe perhaps, good lords, borrow your draft horse and your war horse to take us all home again?
I believe that can be arranged.
Oh, it would be
So basically,
appreciated for us.
Basically, we figure out some combination of the horses, I imagine, and get the wagon and get them all hitched up.
All right.
I basically tell the horses to help.
I kind of think we have to keep Chad.
Yeah, we can't just get rid of the horses. We can get them back in the wagon because it's going to be like, these people aren't in good shape. If we ask them to walk miles through the wilderness, whereas at least, if we load them into the wagon, we can give them a ride back there, and it's like, I mean, okay, they don't have a horse for their wagon, but at least, they're home.
Right. Well, Drazan had a horse too, to be fair, I think.
Yeah, but it's like, again, we need our horse. We need to keep our horses, obviously.
Okay, so what's the plan?
And just a quick note, I can look after Rokan again
Oh, okay, cool.
on D&D.
Oh, great, thank you.
And because no one's taken him, I'll take Drazan as well
Take Drazan
and
as well.
look after him.
Cool. Perfect.
Look after him, I say hopefully.
Try not to get him killed, please.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
an Drazan.
He's useful.
He's useful. He's useful.
Okay, so I didn't find anything interesting while I was investigating any of those storerooms, did I?
You found that ale. You find some sacks of grain which have been ripped open and poured on the floor as if it was just trash. Basically, all sorts of farmer stuff and farming supplies which have either been devoured, smashed, or discarded.
Okay, well, I mean,
unceremoniously.
anything I would have gathered up as much as I could that seemed like salvageable.
Yep.
Just because we can't send these people back to their farms with literally nothing if there's stuff here. But yeah, basically, I would have just gathered it up.
Okay.
I'm also going to take some time to go around taking the heads off all of the ogres,
Okay.
and I'm gonna I'm just gonna try and mount them on one of the walls.
Okay, you can do it.
Well, that's
totally do
disgusting.
that.
Then tell enemy not come this way.
When you say
I
the
don't
walls,
like-
do you mean the outer walls or the interior of the chamber?
Like the outer walls.
Okay.
Now, I don't want to be looking at that all the time.
Right.
It's just kind of like it's a threat to people, anybody
right. So
thinking of fucking around.
And are we talking about like the front gates, or are we talking about what?
You know what? I'll put one over the entrance we came in, and then I'll put one over the front gate as well, because there's a break in the wall we got through.
Right. I'm going to put daylight mode on the map,
Well, that's good.
so maybe you can see a bit more. Can you?
There's something I would like to do.
Mm.
We were told about a well.
Yes.
Now I want to know where it is and have a look inside it.
All right. There is a well, and that's exactly where it is. Yes, that ping.
Hold on. All right. Oh, okay. Sweet. Well, I'm going over here.
Okay. It seems to be
doesn't
the
exist,
only.
but-
There are a couple of other dried up wells around the place, but this one has a little bit of water in the bottom that looks. It's not the freshest water you've ever seen, but probably drinkable. Probably won't kill you. Probably. There's only a few
Okay.
insects that are sort of growing their larvae on the top of the surface of the water there. But, you know, if you were to go like a couple of inches below that, I'm sure the water's fine.
Okay, I do have a few things that might be able to help. Okay, well, I have purified food and drink.
There you go.
Would this work for this?
Yes. It will work on any quantity that you remove from the well. Like, it won't work on the whole well.
Okay. I might... Okay. Right. Okay, sweet. So I am probably going to shape water.
Yeah.
Is there somewhere that I can put this? I'm just like, where am I going to put this?
What you doing?
Okay,
Well,
I'm going to pick it up and I'm
Can
going
shape
to...
water turn water into ice?
That's true.
You could like freeze the outside of it and just leave the top open.
Okay, well, I will pick it up. I will turn it to ice into a cube ice.
Okay.
Cube of ice.
Big block of ice, basically.
Over there, yep.
Okay.
I will cast purify food and drink. I don't know how far this goes.
It'll work on the
Actually.
block.
Okay, sweet. It'll work on the block, yes. I'm trying to also consider the shit that's inside the well, because it will just be tainted the moment that it goes in there. Right?
What are you putting in the well?
There's still water in there, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So you
Sweet.
drew some water out as
Yep,
a
that's
block of
the same.
ice, and you put it to the side, and you've purified it.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So it's
Not
on the
yet.
wagon. Shall we say it's sitting on the wagon by the well?
Yes.
Okay. And there's a bunch of citizens
okay.
standing around.
I can cast this multiple times.
Mhm.
But only like no more than 2, so 2. Okay, I will do it again. Bring out another cube of ice. and
Okay.
Put that on top of the other ice.
How big are the cubes of ice?
5 foot.
So they're
5
10,
foot.
so 10 feet of ice on top of this wagon.
Yeah, I'm sure someone's looking at me like, what the hell is she
The,
doing?
the wagon is
Oh.
laden with ice now. It's like you can hear it bending and
Okay,
straining under the weight.
Miss Vera,
I
we're
will take
gonna
it.
have no wagon.
I will take one off then,
Okay.
and then I will peer inside. Like, does it look like we're almost at the bottom? Or some
yeah,
more?
it's. I mean, the bottom of the well. All the water is pretty close to the bottom of the well. There's not a lot of water in there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I wish to use as many spells as it takes to clean all this water, and then put it back in.
Back in the well.
Yeah, put it back in the well, so we have some clear drinking water in its entirety.
You can make a wisdom save.
Okay. Oh, 10.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea to you.
Okay, okay.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to clean the water.
You
I just
can't
need to
clean
remove it.
water by putting it on back in dirty stuff. You got to clean well.
I suppose you're right. Like, I can't keep this
We ranger,
here
we
for
know
long.
these things.
Some of the peasants are licking the block of ice.
Oh, maybe not yet. It's not. I didn't purify it yet.
Oh.
Yeah, don't do that. All right.
Purify water before people kill themselves.
Well, now we got to get in there and clean it. I can hold these for an hour like this.
Can I,
After
like-
it's gonna stop
Can I
melting.
like clean a section of the block with prestidigitation?
Clean a section of it.
the water,
it
the
doesn't-
well.
It doesn't purify it though. It makes it look nice.
Oh, okay. No, never mind. And I can only do like cubic foot at a time.
Don't.
Gonna be here a while, but
Right.
I mean,
if,
25, 125, so it's like 125 rounds.
you know what? I am going to purify the water there is. I'm going to take a section of the water and I'm going to use it to just scrub off the scum off the side of the. Oh my goodness, this is painful. We need a new well. We need a new well, everyone.
I mean, out of game, what we could agree to is that you could spend a day casting spells and purifying it. Like you'd probably need a long rest through it in order to get your spell slots back. But if you were to spend like 24 hours, I think you could do it. But it's a bit of a mission.
Are we willing to skip a day in order to start making a...
I feel like this is something that we could look at when we get back from dropping these people off at their home. Because otherwise they're going to start getting antsy.
But what will we drink while we're traveling?
Well, we need to skip a day then.
No, I'm talking... Well, I mean, we can purify the water we have now that we've already taken out of the well. I am speaking out of character, by the way. Sorry. Basically, I'm saying, like, you know, we purify enough water to take with us and back, but I don't think, you know, we really want to keep these people waiting around for a day while we clean a well, especially since we'd have to feed them as well.
Well. 3 holes in the ground.
We can do that. We can feed them.
Okay.
I can make enough good berries for everyone.
Okay.
It's enough sustenance for a day.
If you wish, I am prepared to say that you provide the good berries, you clean the water, you take the people and the wagon, and you vacate this location for up to about 48 hours it takes to get there and back again. Okay. You take them to their farming community, you spend the night there, maybe. Have another long rest if you want. And then you head back here without any incident. You get to know some of those people. You can add the town of Dagfit Burrows to your notes as to places that you've been. It is southeast of DAGDAGIEL.
Cool. Okay, is that agreeable with everyone? And we can also get to know our new Goliath friend.
Yeah, so during the period that you do that, what do you want to talk to your new Goliath friend for a minute? Or 3, or 10?
Could be on our journey there, probably. So, what was... Hagalaz?
Yes.
Where did you come from? Also, what are you?
I'm a Goliath. You not know Goliath?
I don't believe I've seen one before. You're a lot taller than a lot of people I've come across.
Rokan, most of the Goliath that you've seen have been slaves to the Orcan Empire. Some of them were gladiators, but some of them were laborers.
We have Goliaths amongst my people.
Oh.
My people keep them as slaves. I whisper.
Well, this one is not our slave. All right, Rokan?
Me already figured that. Him bigger than me. He crushed me.
So Pearl just absolutely loses it when he hears Rokan say that.
Rokan shoot arrow from distance, but no, him crush me like bug.
Oh. Then what would he crush us like?
You don't even read bug.
Speck
He
of
just
dust.
go. That's it. Finish kaput.
Due to the fact of the changing of circumstances, I'm going to get new initiative checks.
All right.
So, you feeling better now?
That's a dirty 20 for me.
Dirty 20 for you.
That
Alright, Rokan, you roll...
19.
Oh, yep, you're rolling for Rokan. Okay, and Drazan.
14.
17.
Them good fighters.
And 14 for Drazan.
Okay, 14.
Them have elephants. What I'm saying, you ask him.
You have elephants?
Yeah, they have elephants.
Yeah, we have elephants.
Oh, crap.
Does Vespera know what an elephant is?
No, she has no idea. So she's like, what?
Does Ferlt know what an elephant is?
Feralt, you can make a history check.
9?
Yeah, no, you don't know what an elephant is.
Have I at least heard of him with a 9?
No. Oh, I rolled a 15, although history check?
Yeah, you've heard of elephants, Vespera.
Oh, the long nose thing.
Yeah, I think
them elephant.
Feralt, you've heard of elephants, but you really don't know what they look like. Like,
Okay.
you know they've got long trunks, you know they're big,
It's
they've
like-
got big ears, but you've got no fucking idea what they look like. You know?
It's like,
They
Yes.
have like what called mammoth elephant.
Okay, I need you guys to call out your initiatives to me, please.
Mammoth elephant. Tell them. Mammoth elephant.
14. Hagelaz.
17.
Feralt was a 17?
Yes.
Okay, Rokan
Was a 19.
A 19. Vespera was a
14.
14. And Hagelaz.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, nice. Alright, cool. Good to know. Okay, so you have this conversation and you drop off the people and you're heading back to the town, back to the fort now. And you've travelled all day and it's getting dark and it's probably time to pull the wagon over and have a bit of a rest. So, assuming that you guys are all good with that, you can describe to me what your camp looks like and who's where. Obviously there's nobody with you now, just Drazan and the Goliath.
Just a question, since we've been travelling for 48 hours, would that be a long rest?
Yes, everyone can take
Yeah,
a long
cool.
rest.
I will.
Would I also have recovered my level of exhaustion?
Yes.
Cool.
The night before, I would have created a whole bunch of berries.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
I'm gonna find a nice strong tree to rest myself in,
Alright. A tree.
and I'll be able to look and see if there's anybody coming.
Okay. In which case, the trees are few and far between in this area because it is almost desert. It's very scrub-like, but there is a tree, and you can.
Oh, it's like home. Yeah?
Right. So that there's like one tree that Rokan's in, and you guys have got to camp around the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The road is how far away from this tree? Is it next to the tree, or is it like 100 feet away, or how far away do you want it to be?
I wouldn't pick it close to the road.
Okay, so it's 100
Within
feet.
within a sensible that I can see the
You
road
see the
from
road,
the tree.
right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so maybe 100 feet.
yeah.
It gives you
Yep.
bow distance, basically. Long bow
Yep.
distance. Okay, cool. And you can see in either direction from here. Maybe the tree's
Yep.
on a little bit of a hill looking down onto the road.
Yeah,
Okay,
cool, like that, yeah.
And it's getting dark now, so everybody's vision is slowly reducing down to sort of 60 feet of dark vision, if you've got it. Feralt.
And Drazan.
Drazan, yeah.
Silly humans.
Silly humans.
And also myself, I have no dark vision.
Goliath don't have dark vision.
Silly Goliath.
No,
Really? That is
no.
fascinating.
Now, I don't have dark vision. I do have Stolas.
You do have stolas, that is true. That is true.
It's
Then
like,
again, I
you
have a
know,
pretty-
dark vision light,
Dark vision.
owl vision.
Owl vision.
Okay, cool. Let's get perception checks from everybody while you guys are making camp.
All right.
Dirty 24, hey glass.
Nice.
Filthy. 21. Absolutely filthy.
Okay. That's a 7 for Folger. I'm going to roll for Stolas as well.
Okay.
8 for Rokan, and a 9 for Drazan.
And a 9 for Drazan.
Stolas gets a 21.
Okay. Cool. Well, what you notice then is as you're setting up your camp and getting prepared, I don't know if you've got tents or anything like that. Probably, I don't know whether you do. You might have had them in your adventurers packs or something like that. In any case, you're laying out your campsite, and in the distance you hear this howling hyena-like sounds coming from yonder hills.
Oh dear. Look, the last time we had, not the last time, one of the times we had a rest recently, we were attacked by gnolls. So we might have to prepare for that.
Okay. Me have a look out.
All right. So you're sitting lookout. Are the others taking a rest or what?
I'm sitting lookout. They can take a rest if they want.
So I would have, like, basically picked a 20-foot area square in the direction that the howls came from, and like sort of try and encompass our campsite and ritual cast alarm on it.
Alarm. Okay.
Yes. And I would have made it audible.
So an audible alarm around whereabouts?
20-foot cube around, our camp in the direction that I heard the howling.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or Stolas heard the howling.
Okay, that's fair.
So basically, if anything that's not one of the creatures that I have selected sets foot in it, loud noise wakes us all up.
Okay. That sounds fair enough. Okay. I am going to just move you guys over to a new map.
I also would have attuned over to the Pearl Power over the last few days.
You would have. You should have done that ages ago anyway.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, Dad. Thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't have to give you that magic item.
Oh, Mum, Dad, don't argue.
Oops.
As they're having this conversation, I'm just looking at them with confusion.
Oh, well, I was completely out of the game. I'm
that
sorry.
was out of character.
Funnily enough, I could see that happening in game though.
Yeah, I can see that as well, but no, I wasn't doing the accent though.
Neither was I.
No, he won't.
Yes, but you sound more like your character does.
Okay. Okay, so just put you on a new map, theoretically. Now I will need to add a token for you, Jordan, so I'm just going to give you a temporary token for now.
Yeah, no worries.
One moment, please. You need a cool fighter token, barbarian-y type thing.
We do over there.
Oh, here we go. Good enough for me. Okay, we'll put you there. And I'm gonna nameplate Hagalaz. What? Trollplay.
What are we, Charlie?
Can you move your token, Jordan?
So right.
Looks like you can. Okay. We are doomed.
Oh, good.
Good.
I can just sit in the trees now. We've got a.
Alright, so Rokan is in the tree. Let's put you in the tree. Where's Rokan gone? There you are. In the tree. Probably on a branch, like here. Okay. The road is in this direction. Okay? So yeah, the road's over there somewhere about 100 feet.
Ah, okay.
Okay. And you want to draw your camp at all? If you've got any idea where you want to place yourselves, where you want to sleep, and so on, that would be cool.
Well, I'm drawing. Sorry. My bad. Okay,
Can't be that bad.
Is this well our camp or is it under a tree? Is that what the thing is?
Yeah, your camp is kind of under a tree, yeah, or around the tree. That's right.
Okay. Well, Theo isn't here yet, so we'll put you over there.
So,
I'll just go here.
so that purpley blobby thing is the campfire, I'm imagining?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about right. All right. So who's taking the first watch?
That'd be me.
It's you? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while you're taking watch, let's get a perception check from Rokan, please. Everybody else is resting, sleeping, yeah?
What check are we doing?
Perception for Rokan.
Perception. Certainly we can do that. That is a 18.
18, okay. Rokan, you think you can hear the sounds of very slow kind of rustling in the tussocky grass on the side of the hill. The sort of very brown, dry grass. It's about 1.5 feet long. And you thought you saw some movement in there for a moment.
Something coming from that direction, guys.
You realize we're all asleep, right?
Oh my goodness. Gotta get down from the tree. I get down from the tree,
Okay.
wake them all up and go, shh. Something coming from that direction. Each one of them. Something coming from that direction. Shh. Something coming from that direction. Shh. Oh, there's nobody here. Hang on.
So you're waking them up, basically,
Yeah,
as you're having this conversation.
I'm going back up the tree.
Okay, so you're going to climb back up the tree.
Yep.
As you're climbing back up the tree,
When?
a arrow comes whizzing in and strikes you for a 21 to hit, Rokan, doing 8 points of damage, piercing damage to Rokan.
It's noted.
So you've noted that. Okay. Then, as that happens, suddenly, damn it, stop it.
The alarm goes
Stop
off.
it. The alarm does go off. Hang on. What?
Auga, auga, auga.
Well, actually, it sounds like a handbell.
Oh.
It sounds like Tolbazin.
Not quite that loud, but yeah.
Okay.
Like,
It's 20 feet, wasn't it? 5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 20. So, yeah, this knoll pops up about there. Can you see him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And when he does so, he suddenly rushes towards Hagalaz next to the fire, but just 1 cube away, 1 square. And he makes a bite attack and 2 short sword attacks. His bite attack is a natural 1. And so he trips and loses his turn. Hagalaz, there is a knoll at your feet, and he is prone. You have advantage on any melee attacks.
Cool. I pull out. I take off my back Nightbane,
Yep.
and I'm just going to have a swing at him.
All right, roll to hit. You should
There's
be
an advantage, isn't it?
It is with
Yep.
advantage because you,
Because he's prone.
prone.
That is a 22 to hit.
22 to hit. That hits. Roll your damage, please.
Cool. That is going to be 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Anything you want to add to that? Any bonus actions, movement, flavored dialogue? You get 2 attacks at.
I get two attacks at 5th level, so I'm going to just have another swing at him with a Nightbane.
Go for it.
Would that also be an advantage because he's still prone?
Yep.
Kill. That's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
20 hits.
And that is going to be another 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Okay, well, he's very bloodied at that point, having been smacked pretty hard twice. Rokan, it's your turn. What are you going to do?
Okay, can I see this battle taking place?
Right. First of all, Rokan, I'm going to make a perception check for you. Can we get a perception check for Rokan?
Yeah, because I want to look for the guy who arrowed me.
17.
17. Okay, Rokan. You can see him. He is over here.
Okay.
So yeah, he's a good way away down the hill, off to the side. But you can see him. He looks like he's taking cover behind a sort of stumpy piece of wood, like a piece of log, fallen piece of tree that's been there for a long time.
Okay. I can't see him to Hunter's Mark him though, eh?
At present, can you Hunter's Mark him? Yeah, you can Hunter's Mark him.
I think he might be out of range.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. If he uses his longbow, it's 150.
No, I meant for Hunter's Mark.
For Hunter's Mark. Might be out of range for Hunter's Mark. That is a good point.
Yes, he is.
Hunter's Mark is 90 feet. And how far is he from there?
100.
I'm going to take a shot nevertheless.
Rokan, okay,
As
100
well.
feet. Yeah, I mean, you can hit him with disadvantage. Beyond 90 feet.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Well, actually, you can hit him without disadvantage. You just don't get your Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
Yeah, you do
Right.
have some class features you could try.
I'll mark him as
Like favored foe.
David Foe, yeah.
Okay, so for 1 minute or until you lose concentration, the first time you hit on each turn, you get to do an extra D4, basically.
Okay.
So it's
All right.
kind of like a weak Hunter's Mark. Alright, so that doesn't seem to have a range on it or anything. You can do that 3 times per long rest. So, Rokan, you're going to fire a longbow.
Yep.
Alright.
That is going to be a 10 to hit.
A 10 to hit. Okay, the first attack does not hit. Roll for your second attack.
Okay.
That's going to be a 17 to hit.
17. That probably will hit. Let me see. Yes, that hits. Alright, damage. And then
There's
add a
gonna be-
D4 to that. So 9 plus a D4.
Plus a D4, if I can get to it, D4. Everyone. So that's an additional 2, so 11 points of damage.
Okay, great work. Thank you, Rokan. That it will be the end of your turn unless you jump down from the tree and do anything else.
No, I'll stay where I am.
Alright, Frot.
Okay, so how light is it? How dark is it at this point?
It's
Pretty dark?
nighttime, it's dark, yeah.
Okay, so obviously I can't really see the guy off in the distance, but I can see this guy who's right on the other side of. I'm presuming we've banked the fire a bit, so there's some light there. I can definitely see him, and he can make a wisdom save.
Okay. 1 moment, please, while I just do a thing.
Yep.
Okay, wisdom save for this guy.
Yep, the guy I'm pinging.
This is, sorry, the guy you're pinging. Let me just see who
Yep.
that guy. Okay, yep.
The one that tripped and then got some Axe body spray.
Yep. Okay, so he's making a wisdom save.
Yep.
His wisdom save is a 15.
That saves, so he hears some bells but doesn't take any damage.
Okay, do you have any other actions, bonus actions, movement, flavor, or dialogue?
Bonus action to send Stolas out basically send Stolas out looking for other enemies.
Okay, cool. So Stolas is going to go wandering and flying. Stolas can make a perception check.
Yeah, so it's
He
like...
can get advantage.
Yeah, he gets advantage anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so probably about there. So I'm just going to roll it on mine and then just add to the... So that is a 13 for perception.
13 for perception. Okay, Stolas, you see. Thus.
Okay, so Stolas reports back that he sees several of them, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I will, free action, say there's several of them. There's a bunch more, and just kind of like gesture in that general direction to the others.
Fair call. Drazan is up next, if that's the end of Feralt's turn.
Yep.
Okay, and Jordan, you're running Drazan at the moment.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
So I think what he is going to do is he is going to, where is he? There he is. He's there. Let's have a figure of...
So he has a bunch of shield feats that he can use to, especially if he's close to an ally, he can use his shield in some fun ways. I think he's got the Sentinel feat.
Yes, he does.
Shield Master.
He's probably better off just going for the guy that's closest to us.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Oh, Jazan is going to crossbow. The one that's closest to me. Yeah.
Okay.
It's better if he just goes up.
Oh, yeah.
You've got the movement. You should be able to get there if you want to attack him with your longsword and shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, no, I think we'll do that.
Yeah, you can't
sense.
flank him with your movement, but you can get there.
Yep.
I think, we'll move to there.
All right, so
because I can't move him.
Can you not move your character?
No, I can't move Jazan.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. 1 minute. I'll fix that.
Please hold the line, caller.
I'm just going to make him movable by all players.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, there you go.
I'll do it. There you go. Okay.
Alright, so he's moved to there. Drazan runs around to the other side of Hagalaz, and he's going to make a long sword attack or two.
2. So it's going to be a natural 20.
Fuck, okay. Double.
For slashing damage,
26.
which is going to be 9 points of critical damage.
9 crit damage. Okay, and that's to that guy there.
Yes, it is.
Okay, you slay him. Drazan kills him. Puts him out of his misery, just like that. Okay, Drazan, you've got another attack, but you've run out of movement, haven't you? But
you haven't got any more movement.
But you do have a crossbow. You can drop the sword as a free action and fire a bolt. I'll let you do that.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. I'm going to attack the guy that we've already attacked, so this guy, the red.
Alright, roll to hit.
Drazan and go crossbow. For a 16 to hit.
16 hits him.
Cool, and it's going to be 1d10, so that's going to be 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. Okay, cool. Done. You done with Drazan?
Yes.
Vespera.
Ooh, I will bring out Theo. It's my action. That is... Sorry, can we undo that? Sorry.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Thank you.
Objects and tokens.
God damn it, Charlie.
So stupid.
There you go.
Click the mouse.
Okay, so I create Theo. And then I will go over here and say, teleport, please, if we get attacked. And I let everyone know.
Alright, so Theo's
Theo's preparing to teleport.
Alright. Is that the end of your turn?
As a quick free action, can I just say, what teleport?
Yeah, you can say that.
Just go with the flow, okay? Just
Okay,
Let's
cool.
go with the motion. Excellent.
Excellent. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll get about here. Null moves there. And... well, that sucks. Until the end of its turn, the null's speed increases to 60 feet and does not provoke opportunity attacks. Ooh, so he can keep moving.
Damn.
Alright, so he moves into Feralt.
That's nice of him.
That's nice of him. And when he gets to you, Feralt, he makes a bite attack and 2 short sword attacks. So a bite attack is 20 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, that hits.
4 damage from the bite.
Okay.
First short sword
How
attack.
are you looking?
First short sword attack is a natural 1, breaking the blade. So they lose that attack, and his final short sword attack is a 7, which misses.
Yep.
Okay. Then we have... oh, that guy is, in fact... is he dead? No, he's not dead. No, okay. This guy... okay, so this guy over here, he is going to fire a longbow at the Goliath.
Go for it.
Oh, nearly got a 20, but it was a 6. Okay.
That misses.
So he fires his longbow and misses. He gets 2 attacks. And then he rolls a natural 2 and also misses. Okay. Now we're up to the red guy. Now he uses a special power that he has called Incite Rampage to let somebody else have a free action. So this null attacks Feralt again.
Ooh.
Goes for a bite. Oh, that is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits as well.
4 damage. Okay, this is guy's bonus action. Multi-attack. Okay, longbow. 23 to hit and a 17 to hit. Okay, the first one does 4 and the second one does 4. Let me just double check who they're attacking. That's to our Goliath friend. So 17 to hit the Goliath will hit.
Yep. Yep. Both of those hit.
Both of those hit. So 8 points of damage. You're not raging at the moment, are you?
No, I'm not.
So you're taking full damage from everything.
Yep.
Okay. Very good. The last null moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. Does he have any fancy things he can do? Throws a spear for 10, missing anyone that he would have tried to hit anyway. Never mind. Hagelaz, it's your turn.
After getting hit by these arrows,
Yep.
I'm going to rage. I'm very angry. I'm not happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
So
and bonus action, rage.
And as you hear my rage, you hear what sounds like a grizzly bear roar. And I'm going to walk through the fire of the campfire and attack the this one.
Do you have fire resistance?
I do not have fire resistance, but it's going to be cool, and it's going to probably scare the shit out of him.
Okay. I'll tell you what you can do is make an intimidation check using strength as your primary attribute.
I think you should get advantage on that.
Yeah.
He's literally walking through the fire.
Yeah.
I'll happily take fire damage if you want to do that.
I'll tell you what you can do is make a Constitution saving throw or take fire damage. Difficulty.
That's a 17.
Yes, you pass. Okay, so you don't take damage from the fire. You are like a calm little fucking shaman walking on hot coals.
Cool.
So you walk through the fire and you make your intimidation check with advantage.
With advantage, excellent. And that is going to be a 17.
Wow, and you're doing that to that guy there.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me just zoom in a little bit. That's to the guy next to you now, right? Okay,
Yes, that
gotcha. Okay. All right. On his turn, he will probably freak out.
Fair enough.
So yeah. What else have you got, Hagelaz? You can still make an attack.
I'm going to make an attack with Nightbane, of course.
Everything you've done so far is free actions.
Cool. So as I walk through the fire, the blood that was on there just sort of like caught the fire a little bit. So there's like little sparks of fire as well.
Nice.
So
Give you
there's like a fiery axe coming. Excellent. Inspiration. Added that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to attack that gnoll for a 13.
Ooh, a 13. That gnoll, will he take it for 13? He does not.
And then I take another swing at him.
Yep.
For a 18 to
That
hit.
hits. That hits.
Excellent. And then he takes 9 points damage.
9 points of damage. Plus 2 for your rage.
Plus 2 for my rage.
So 11. Okay, cool.
Got to remember that everything takes plus 2 for a rage.
He is now wounded, quite severely bloodied. Okay? You got any other actions or bonus action? Your bonus was to rage, wasn't it?
My bonus was to rage.
Okay, so you've made your 2 attacks. Is that right?
Yep,
Okay.
that's correct.
Cool. Rokan, you're next. You're in a tree.
Where's the archer bastard?
Okay, so you're going to go for the archer.
Yeah.
Alright, well let's get our 2 attack rolls. Have you Hunter's marked him? No, you haven't.
He's not in
He's
range
in
of the
range,
Hunter's
that's
mark.
right.
Not in rage.
Yep.
On range.
Yep, so you've still got the other mark on him though.
Yeah, I'm just keeping him.
Alright, so let's roll 2 attacks.
That's a 10 and a 18 to hit.
18 to hit, that hits. So the second one hits, you'll get
Second
damage for
hits.
that.
That is going to be 12 points of damage.
And add a d4, I believe.
Yes. D4, roll to everyone. And that's going to be an extra 1, so 13 points damage.
13 points of damage, okay. 13. Alright, he's wounded now, Rokan. He's bloodied.
Okay.
Okay, and that's all of Rokan's attacks, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Feralt.
Okay, so basically, I'm just going to move. Wrong button. I'm going to move so that I am flanking this guy to give Hagelaz advantage.
Okay.
And then for my action, I am going to have him make another wisdom save.
Okay. So wisdom save. 8.
That is a fail. He takes 2d12 damage from Toll the Dead.
Okay. That's
That is 7 points. And then bonus action, item interaction and bonus action.
Sorry,
I pull a
7 damage from Toll the Dead, is that right?
Yep, 7 damage.
Okay.
Right, so I pull a potion off my belt, and I call Stolas back to me, and hold it up in my hand, and he basically just swoops down, grabs it in his talons,
Yep.
and then flies up next to Rokan, and he's just kind of like next to Rokan, holding the potion out to him.
Right, so Rokan can take an action to drink that potion on his next turn if he wishes.
Yeah.
And that's the one that helps him hit things. That's what I rolled for today.
Okay, cool. Alright, so that's the end of your turn then, Feralt?
That is my turn.
Alright, Drazan.
You gotta unmute yourself.
It might help if I unmute myself.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I think what Drazan is going to do is he's going to crossbow the guy that archered again. So hit this guy.
Alright, roll to hit.
It's going to be a nice 21 to hit,
21 hits.
and that is going to be 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage, yep.
And he's going to do the same again and just pull
Okay,
Another one.
Can he make 2 attacks with a crossbow in 1 turn?
Ooh.
No, he can't because it takes his
can't, that's
item
right.
interaction to reload.
Reload, that's right. Yeah.
You can drop the crossbow and move to attack with a sword.
Then he has to also pick up the sword as well.
Well, that's true because you've already dropped the sword.
Because we already dropped the sword, yeah.
Have you? Okay. Why did you drop the sword?
To
To
do
take
the
out
same.
the crossbow.
the
Yeah.
crossbow.
To get the crossbow. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Cool. So what are you
Cool.
gonna do then? You're gonna just hold.
We just
That's
can't
the new
you
turn.
just like swoop and grab it, or
Do like a fancy, like,
You can
dive
make
and grab the sword.
You know what? You can make an acrobatics check to see if you can grab the sword as a free action and still get an attack on this turn with your movement.
No, 7.
No. Okay. Yeah. It's you can move to the sword. All right. You're at
Which is
the
right
sword.
below my feet.
Right, and so you're ready to pick it up. At the beginning of the next turn, you will have picked it up, but so that'll be a free action at the start of the next turn. All right, Vespera.
okay, I'm going to ask Theo to follow me as I 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to ask Theo to teleport me the rest of the way on top of this guy, and then just like slam down with primal savagery.
Primal savagery. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Also, he has to hold on. So if okay, so I get here.
Mm-hmm.
Theo will probably get here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so teleporting 5, 10. Okay, because it's like hold on, let me have a look. Where are you? Mechanics. I'm just wondering if he gets caught in the crossfire of the teleport,
Oh no.
because that'd be funny. The bad guy. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Good
Where are
thing.
we? Wildfire. It's too much crap on my
You right there,
thingy,
Barry? You okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Just checking in on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you figured it out, Vespera?
Okay. Business. What? Okay,
What?
that's fine. We'll just sorry, I'm just trying to read this. Each creature within 10 feet of you when it appears must succeed. Wow, I thought it was when we disappear, but apparently it's when it appears. Okay. Well, that's good to know. And I've read that wrong the entire time.
Oh shit. So what's the deal?
But we're
Oh,
gonna
wow.
have to change. We're gonna have to change it now.
Okay, so what's the deal?
So, in other words, when we teleport and I teleport here, he takes anyone that we land in the vicinity of takes 10. Sorry, has to roll that save, which is crazy.
So it's people in the vicinity that make the save, not the people. It's the landing zone that makes the save, not the leaving zone. That makes more
I'm
sense.
pretty sure it's the other way around.
It
we
makes
always-
more sense the other way around.
We always played it the other way around. It was quite fun that way too.
I mean,
we could just
we
rule
can,
that's how it works for us.
we can make that's how it works for Vespera.
Okay. Sweet. Well, in that case, he doesn't have to worry about doing that. Yeah, 10 feet. Yeah, he's fine. I swear I saw it the other way around.
Anyway, we're doing it this way now.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so I'm going to roll an attack.
Yep.
A spell attack with primal savagery.
Okay.
Primal savagery. I'm sorry. Blah, blah,
Primal
blah.
savagery.
Primal savagery.
17.
Yeah, that hits.
Excellent. 2d10. 6 points of acid. It's not a lot, but it's something.
Okay. And this is one that hasn't been hit before, isn't it?
You tell me.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, do you have any other attacks, actions, bonus actions, movement, flavored dialogue, free actions, fucking wada wada
Nope.
wada? No?
Nope.
Cool.
That's
Alright.
it.
Alright, excellent. The knoll that's closest to Hagelaz and Feralt, between you guys, in fact, his first action is to move out of disadvantage or out of flanking. So he dances around behind Feralt.
So that means he gets an opportunity attack from Hagelaz.
Yeah.
Technically, that's true. However, no.
However, before the DM can
no.
say anything, I'm going to attack him
All right,
with my Nightbane
Make your opportunity attack.
for a 13 to hit.
Sadly, that does not quite hit him.
Hit.
Yeah, he has a little bit of armor on, and it's not enough to get through. Okay, so having moved to that position, he is going to use his spear to attack Feralt
Okay.
for a 23 to hit.
Hits.
My question is, didn't he get frightened?
You have a good point.
He didn't move
Oh.
closer though.
That is a good
No,
point.
he moved further away.
He moved
Well, he
further away
moved-
from the Goliath.
he moved away from
and-
Yeah,
Goliath,
which is who
which
he's
does make
frightened
sense.
of.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
So
no,
he
no,
can
no.
still attack Feralt.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to be
Sadly.
anywhere near Hagelaz. Alright, so he hit Feralt for...
But a frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while it's in the source of its fear, which is in line of sight.
True, okay, so I'll make another attack roll to see if I miss, and I will have missed. There you go.
Hey.
Okay.
Alright.
Yep.
Cool. Our next Knoll. Hunter. Okay, he is firing a... He throws a spear, actually. For an 8 and misses, so he fires his bow for a 3 and misses. Okay, cool. Now it's the red guy's turn. Now, first of all, he has 30 feet of movement, so he's going to move 15, 20, to about here. From that position, he continues to fire his longbow. 13 for a 17 at the Goliath.
Yep, that hits.
And then 10. So one hit.
Yep.
You're going to take half damage, so it's 7 rounded down. 7 divided by 2 is... So 3. 3 points of damage.
Cool. We can do that. That's easy enough.
Alright. The final Knoll moves into here. And he hifts a spear at Hagelaz for a 16.
That just hits.
Just hits. It does 8 points of damage.
Round it down, so that's 4.
And it is Hagelaz's turn.
Cool. I am going to move to... Oh, hold on, let's go the right one. To there. Actually, you know what? Actually, hold on. No, I'm going to go to there.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack him with Nightbane again.
How come you're not going to flank him?
I am
He is flanking
him.
him.
He is? It
Yeah.
doesn't look like it on my screen.
It looks like it on my screen.
Okay, no, it's just suddenly caught up. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
Right, cool. So I'm flanking him,
Yep.
so that's going to be at
Cool.
advantage
Yep.
for Nightbane, which is going to be a 22 to hit,
Yep.
which is going to be 15 points of damage.
Alright, you destroy him utterly. You just crush him.
And
Smash
like-
him to the ground.
Covering Feralt in blood and
Spraying
gore.
Feralt with
Blood and-
Knoll guts and blood. And
No guts and everything.
It's all
Cool.
black
So I
goo.
used
Alright.
essentially
So
used
good.
20 feet of my move.
So you
Oh,
got
no,
10 feet left?
Yeah, I used 20 foot of my movement,
Yep.
so I have another 20 left.
Wow, okay, yep.
I'm not going to move. I'm going to stay exactly where I am.
Okay, that sounds good. What are you going to do? You still got another attack.
I've still got another attack. This is the problem because I can't reach anything.
You can
Um,
throw hand axes.
Could throw the hand axes. Yeah. Okay. Well,
It
Okay.
would be at disadvantage.
it would be a disadvantage unless I moved, which I'm
You
not
should
going.
move.
I'm gonna move.
You should move.
I'm going to move to here, which makes me in 20.
Yep.
And then I'm going to throw one of my hand axes
Roll a hit.
at the guy.
The guy.
The guy, which is going to be a 21 to hit.
Hits.
And that is going to be 8 points of slashing damage.
Alright. Very good. He is bloodied. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Alright, Rokan's turn. So, doing 2 arrows for Rokan. He's targeting the same
Well, actually,
point.
does Rokan want to grab the potion and drink that instead of attacking?
Good question.
Yeah, I will drink the potion first, please.
Alright, so that's...
You
that's
can't.
your
But
action.
Rokan, if you drink the potion in combat, you can't attack this round.
I'll do it without the potion first.
Okay.
Okay,
But so you can grab the potion, you just don't drink
Yeah.
it.
Grab it.
Okay.
Alright, so you got the potion, and
Yeah.
you're going to take your 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's roll a hit for Rokan's longbow, +1, please.
This one, that's going to be a 24 to hit,
Yep.
which is going to be 13 points of damage.
Well, actually, hang on. The red guy is now within range of Hunter's Mark if it's 90 feet.
You could use your bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark if you want.
Yeah. I'll do that.
So Hunter's Mark, and
Hunter's
we'll do
Mark
another
as well.
d6.
Another d6 to that one. Cool. And that's going to be an extra 1 point of damage, so that's 14.
Okay, done. He's very.
And you added
very good.
the D4.
Oh, and
and
the
the
and the d4. Okay.
And the d4, yeah. That's going to be an extra 4.
He dead.
So
He's
he
dead.
did.
You kill him, Rokan. Anyone wants to? Hang on, I'll do it.
Maybe we should get Charlie to do it. She's good at drawing random lines on the screen.
Accurate.
Okay,
Accurate.
cool. So he's dead. Rokan, that's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Feralt.
Okay, so I am going to move. So, damn it, wrong thing. I am going to move to here.
Like the mouse.
So I've got the fire behind me, but I'm definitely not standing in the fire.
Gotcha.
And I am going to attack this blue guy with Firebolt.
Firebolt, roll to hit.
Does an 18 hit?
18 does hit.
Okay. That is 12 points of fire damage.
12 points of fire damage. Okay, nice. That's a lot of fire damage. Okay, any other actions? Bonus actions? Movement, flavor, or dialogue?
I call Stolas back to about here, and that's my turn.
Okay. Okay, Drazan.
Drazani boy. He is going to... I think what Drazan is going to do is he's going to start coming towards Vespera. How much movement does he have?
30 feet, I think.
30 feet, yeah.
6 squares.
So he's going to go to right there. And he is going to...
Is there a fighter style you could do to like lunge or something? I don't know what he's capable of. That big.
I made him to be very defensive and
He's
very helpful to other players, but he doesn't do a lot of damage himself. That's
I think what he's going to do is he's going to throw his dagger at the one that is in combat with Vespera.
alright, fair enough.
At
Roll
the
to hit.
moment, it is going to be a 21 to hit.
Alright. And damage.
And that is going to be 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Okay. Very good. Is that the end of turn, Drazan? You've still got another attack, I guess. You could throw in another dagger, I suppose.
Question, why is Hourglass dead?
Oh, because of what you said.
Right,
Oh,
Drazan.
you're being salty.
Drazan, you got any other actions? That's the end of Drazan's turn?
That is the end of Drazan's turn.
Alright, Vespera.
Right. Well done. That was a good hit, Drazan. And then I'm going to strike at him again with another
Right, roll 2.
primal savagery. All right. So spells, where are you? 14?
14 hits.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. So he takes another 6 points of acid.
Okay, and you kill him, and he dies from your acid slashing attack.
Excellent.
All right, so he did.
And then I take a peek at that dude, and I will start heading towards him. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Taking Thea with me and asking her to teleport us if this dude attacks us.
All right.
Or attacks me.
Very good.
Teleport us.
Okay, so you move up to there.
Yep.
Okay, so 5, 10.
I do see the benefit of actually teleporting into bad guys.
Okay,
That's
that's the end of your turn, yeah?
Now that I can do melee. Yep.
Okay. That knoll moves up to you. He makes a bite attack.
And we teleport.
Okay, he misses you.
5, 10, for all.
Alright, how far back do you teleport?
Yep, he'll have to make a dex save.
Dex save. Okay.
Put
Dex
that in.
save. He rolls a 11.
Excellent. He can take 5 points of fire.
Okay. Great. Okay. He uses the rest of his movement then.
Okay.
And he makes 2 spear attacks, or 1 spear attack because he's already made an attack. 14 to hit Vespera?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, cool.
Glances up my shield.
Cool. So now we're back to this guy. And he's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to Feralt. He's making a spear attack for a 14 to Feralt.
Not even close.
Not even close. Okay, that's his turn. Hagelaz.
Well, now that he's moved, I'm going to move behind him.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to attack him twice with my bane.
And with advantage.
With advantage, because I am behind him. Or flanking.
Alright. Do you think?
So the first one is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And that is going to be...
It wasn't a natural 20, was it?
It wasn't a natural 20.
No.
It was so close, it was
So
19.
close, yeah.
15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Okay, yep. He's very hurt.
And then I'm going to attack him again.
Uh-huh.
And as I do it, I'm going to yell in his face with a 17. Or at the back of his head,
That hurts.
I should say.
That hits.
That hits. And that's going to be a 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. He is dead. Okay.
Excellent.
Yes.
Cool. That leaves one. Rokan.
Move my hunter's mark onto the next target.
Okay, hunter's mark to the next target. Roll to hit. There's only one target left.
Okay. Go.
That's going to be a 20 to hit.
Oof.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
And that's going to be 14 points of
You
damage.
kill him. He did. Rokan slays the final knoll with an arrow through the brain. And it gargles and drowns in its own blood.
Right in front of me.
Right in front of you.
Yes.
And that is where we shall end our session this evening. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. After our wee knoll fight. Thank you.
So
Yeah, we did it.
I'm gonna prestidigitation myself and Vespera when she gets closer to me to get the no blood and guts off us.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we shall pick up here next session after the null fight.
Okay.
As you march back to your fort, I think, perhaps. Our opening scene might be arriving at the fort. Okay?
Okay.
Alright.
Yep.
So
Sounds good.
we're going to raid somebody now, because that's what we do. So, I hope you guys are having fun.
Yeah, it's fun. We killed so many things.
Excellent.
So many things.
Excellent.
You also meet a new friend.
Yes. We
Hopefully
almost
that.
didn't get a chance.
Hopefully the new friend will be a regular visitor. Hint, hint.
Yeah. Everything's coming down how it works, so I should be back on track, hopefully.
Yay.
Mm.
We look forward to having you back on a more permanent basis. Alright, we're raiding now, so adios everyone. Thank you for watching.
Adios.
Thank you for playing. And
Bye,
Later.
everyone.
if you are in
Yep.
the future, we will see you again soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out all the links in the doobly-doo. Yeah,
Check all the links in the description below.
that's right. Okay. 再见.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor dude.
Bye, Barry.
Yeah.
And it is done. So we'll
It's
end the
done.
stream.